It was this kind of road trip for Colin Campbell and the New York Rangers, just missing at one end, scored upon at the other. There was a frustrating tie in St. Louis. Then came an upsetting loss in Chicago when a power play was negated by a controversial shorthanded goal, and the Rangers never recovered. In Winnipeg, a beautiful Messier breakaway was spoiled by an unmovable post. And every Rangers mistake seemed to result in a Jets goal. The 6-3 loss left the Rangers disappointed with their unproductive week, which saw them go winless in 3 games, their longest winless stretch of the season. And now in walks Mario Lemieux and the Pittsburgh Penguins to start a home-and-home matchup on back-to-back nights. The NHL's best player leads the league in goals and points, even though he's missed 4 games. The Rangers meet Mario Lemieux and the high-scoring Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. Mario is back, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are the second-best team in the NHL right now. That's what's ahead for the New York Rangers as they take on the Penguins at Madison Square Garden. Hello, everyone. Welcome to New York Rangers hockey. Sam Rose along with John Davidson. JD getting over the loss by the Calgary Stampeders in the Grey Cup. But he's happy to see Mario back, as are all hockey fans.
I think so, Sam. It's always a pleasure when maybe the best player in the league, yes, I'd say the best player in the league when he's playing like this is back in the lineup. It's an exciting thing to watch. And for a team playing against Mario and the Penguins, it's always an exciting time, I think, to try and build some plan to try and stop him. So far, nobody's been able to.
No, not at all. The Rangers spent the last couple of days practicing for the arrival of Mario here at the Garden.
I think what the Rangers do is they try to structure their practices preparing for the team coming against them. Here's some one-on-one drills, forwards against the defensemen. What happens generally when you get into a game with Pittsburgh, you see a lot of one-on-ones. This is cycling in the corner in the offensive zone. You try to work the other team's defense as much as possible. This portion of the practice is a shot on the goaltender handling the puck to the defenseman, then they move it up ice to another pair of defensemen, and the whole exercise starts over again. A shot for the goaltender, again the defenseman handling the puck. For the Rangers, they'll have to make good passes out of their zone. Discipline will be a key, and I think they'll try to work Pittsburgh in their zone deep. Their defense not as good as their all-star cast of forwards.
All right, let's try to get some insight on the Rangers game plan for tonight. We went to Rangers assistant coach Mike Murphy and a former Penguin, Luc Robitaille.
We feel that their defense is an Achilles heel for them, that if we can play in their end and keep their defense under pressure, that opportunities are going to come our way.
The longer you have the puck against these guys, the more you keep it down low, the better it is. I mean, the less they have the puck, the less chances they have. So you got to make sure, like I said, you don't give them any 2-on-1 opportunities, and hopefully not too many power play chances for them. They're doing real well right now, and we just got to go make sure, we do some good forechecking.
The reason you want to keep the puck away from the Penguins is because they have the top 2 scorers in the league, Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr.
Lemieux, 24 of his points have come on the power play. You can try and stop one, then you've got to deal with the other one. They're not on the same line usually, so it's a double whammy coming at you all the time. Great big guys regarding their strength and their reach and their size. Jagr there, Lemieux there. Here they are working the power play together. They're just so good, and you see where it's all happening. It's happening down near the goal line, the area they call down low. That's where they just become spectacular, and it's easy to say keep the puck away from them, but I think if you time them during games, Pittsburgh must have the puck 65 to 70% of the time.
And the key word tonight could be smart. Play smart, because if you play dumb and make a mistake and give the Penguins a power play, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah, most teams do play smart against them, as you see. They have had the fewest power plays of anybody in the league. Yet they've had the most power play goals of anybody in the league. That just tells you how good they are, especially with Lemieux in the lineup. Bad news for Ranger fans. He's scheduled to play tonight and tomorrow night. There's Jagr. It's so hard to break up these passes because of the long reach. The Penguin power play is exceptional as they move the puck around with confidence. They've got good finishers. They've got good shooters. And there's a shot that actually the goaltender should have stopped. But it's a dangerous power play. just try and be disciplined as much as possible against them. It gives you the best chance.
Oh, just in case they have trouble scoring, they have Tom Barrasso in goal. He hasn't lost in his last 10 games.
They're pretty good.
Mike Richter, that's right. Mike Richter opposes him. We'll be set to go in just a moment.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. By Delta Airlines, official airline of Madison Square Garden. By Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Centers. And by American Express.
First of 4 meetings this season between the Rangers and Penguins. And Tom Barrasso, who has been simply outstanding for Pittsburgh and is unbeaten in his last 10.
This team has combined for a .919 save percentage, the best in the league. Barrasso will play tonight. Ken Reggett is scheduled to start tomorrow night in Pittsburgh.
Mike Richter, who has not had much success against Pittsburgh throughout his career, a record of .413 lifetime, 4.23 goals against average. Rob Schick is the referee tonight.
Nice to see Rob get out east a little bit.
That's right.
See a Western referee.
Yeah. He lives in California. There is Mario on the bench to start the game because Ron Francis opens up at center.
And you'll see here that Ron Francis is going to go against Sergei Nemchinov and his line to start the game. I think Colin Campbell will work on matchups since he has home ice change.
This is Smolinski going in, getting a shot off. Ron Francis, number 10. Brian Smolinski, number 20. Jaromir Jagr, number 68. With Ian Moran, number 24. And Chris Tamer, number 2 for Pittsburgh. Rangers with Nemchinov, Matteau, Sundstrom, Driver, and the former Pittsburgh Penguin, Ulf Samuelsson. I think we may see a lot of Messier against Mario tonight.
That's certainly a possibility, Sam. We'll watch. It looks like that's the way it's going to happen here. For the Rangers, they have to treat this 2 games as kind of a mini look at, treat it like a mini playoff series. That's what Colin Campbell was telling us before the game. 2 games at Pittsburgh, 1 with Detroit. 3 tough teams, and this should tell everybody exactly where the Rangers are sitting.
Graves hustling for the puck. Dmitry Mironov stopped it, number 15. Graves recovers. He's behind the net. Messier is back into the crease now. He gets out. That shot got through. Barrasso made the save and complains to Rob Schick about interference. Mario breaks in. Lemieux to the net. Saved by Richter.
There's a giant confidence builder right there. Oh, baby. What a pass. What a play by Lemieux. And Richter comes up big.
Graves fires in. Messier, Graves, Kovalov, Bukaboom, and Leach for the Rangers. Lemieux, Sandstrom. Marcus Naslin, number 29. That shot deflects wide. Messier's got the puck. Defense pairing of Mironov and McIver. They score! Adam Graves gets the Rangers on the board.
Oh, what a play by Graves. He had Sandstrom all over him. He just took and threw him away. Threw him right down to the ice surface. Got himself open. The pass to Graves. A quick shot up top. And baby, what a play. Remember Mike Richter making the save here. Look at this play. There's Lemieux deep. He now sees the shot that Barrasso makes the save on. He breaks up the middle. Center ice home. He's got the breakaway. Through the legs. Mike Richter's right there. Now watch Graves here. Sandstrom picks him up. Watch Graves get rid of him. Wow, he just got rid of him like that. Messier sees it happen. Graves gets open. And through the screen over the shoulder of Barrasso, 1-0 Rangers.
Adam Graves had gone 6 games without a goal before putting that one in, giving the Rangers the 1-0 lead. The 10th time in 21 games this season the Rangers have scored the first goal of the game. In the previous 9, they're 8-1 when they score first. Graves 9th from Messier at 134. Richard Park, number 76, getting the shot on goal. Richter steers it aside. Park with Glenn Murray, number 27. And Dave Roach, number 51. Chris Joseph, 23. Francois Leroux, number 18, on defense for Pittsburgh. Rangers have Ferraro, Robitaille, and Verbeek on with Lowe and Lidster. Here's Ferraro. Now Robitaille. Back for Ferraro. Cuts in. It's knocked down. Kept in by Ulf Samuelsson. Played along the boards for Robitaille. Francois Leroux on him. Robitaille controlling. Down comes Samuelsson for the shot. Save Barrasso.
Rangers
Good shot.
so far are putting a lot of traffic in front of Barrasso. The 2 low shots that he's made saves on, he's made the saves through screens.
On the Adam Graves goal, add an assist to Alexei Kovalov. So it's now Graves his 9th from Messier and Kovalov at 1:34. Good pressure by Sundstrom. And the Penguins try to lift it up. It's knocked down. It's offside. The whistle stops play. Penguins coming into tonight have won their last 3 over Dallas and 2 back-to-back over Washington, and only 1 loss in their last 11, 9-1-1.
Of the losses Pittsburgh have, they've lost twice to Los Angeles by 1 goal, and Mario did not dress for those 2 games. Then there's a loss in Chicago, and Mario did play in that game. For Adam Graves, got to feel good finally to hit the net where it actually went in instead of hitting crossbars and goalposts. He got rid of the check that was on him, and that was Sandstrom before he got himself open. And the Rangers have had their offense from behind the goal line of Barrasso. In other words, working the puck deep and then setting up the offense from there, and that's how the goal was scored.
Samuelson got sandwiched behind the net. The puck moved around to Spalensky. Back for Ron Francis.
That breakaway by Lemieux, was he flying? I mean, he pulled away from Brian Leetch, who's a great skater.
Here's Jágr shooting and scoring. Jaromir Jágr gets it back. What a shot by Jaromir Jágr, who was the NHL scoring leader last season, as he rifles one past Richter, and the game is tied.
That's his 17th goal, and this is 18th game. Scary. Watch the accuracy and the quickness of this shot. Man, about 6 inches inside the goalpost. It kind of looks like Richter didn't move to his right until before Jágr was in the act of shooting it. Look at Jágr's long reach. He's cutting to his left, which gives him a better shot at the angle. And bang, we're tied at 1 just like that.
The Penguins are so dangerous. Just a little room, that's all they need. And Jágr has now scored points in 16 of 18 games this season. Jaromir Jágr, second in the league in scoring, scores his 17th goal, unassisted at .323, and ties Mario Lemieux for the most goals in the league. Mario has 17 goals in 13 games.
So we're seeing Messier's unit of 5 against the Lemieux unit here as a home ice matchup by Colin Campbell. He says if things don't work early, he'll change them quickly.
Kovalov moving with the puck. Turns and shoots, deflected by McIver. Messier centers, knocked away by Barrasso. Mario Lemieux moves the puck out for Marcus Naslund. Naslund, number 29, moving in on Bukabu, shooting wide. Thomas Sandstrom, the former Ranger, moves it around to Mario. Lemieux against Messier. Lemieux looking very strong, trimmed down, dropped down to 225, but looking real strong. They battle in front.
And there's a penalty
upcoming on the Rangers.
Sandstrom was hauled down by Brian Leetch. Lemieux's line worked the puck deep. They draw themselves the first power play of the game.
Mark Messier called for holding at 4:31.
I thought it was going to be Brian Leetch for hauling down Naslund in front. There's Messier sort of bounces off of Lemieux, and I think he grabs a hold of Lemieux's stick as Lemieux goes to the front of the net. There, see his left hand? Got a hold of the stick for a moment. Lemieux tried to show the referee that he was being held, and the referee saw it, made the call. This could be interesting now.
Best power play in the league goes to work. Rangers try to clear, but it's deflected off the Rangers bench.
The Rangers aren't happy with the whistle sounding there. It hit the partition that has the padding on it, stayed in play. The linesman blew the whistle thinking it went into the bench and back. Rangers want the face-off out of the zone, and they weren't happy because the puck was about to be iced down to the other end. It's a little conference now, and the face-off stays inside the zone. See the perplexed look on Colin Campbell's face.
Officials apparently not seeing it, or still believing that it hit the Rangers bench. Sundstrom, good play against Lemieux as he went forward with it. Sundstrom with Presley, Lowe, and Samuelson for the Rangers. McIver with Francis at the points. Up front, Lemieux, Jágr, and Sandstrom. There's a chance for Jágr, and a smothering play by Kevin Lowe, blocking the pass by Jágr.
It was an unselfish play by Jágr. He was in a shooting position, and with that great shot, he could have had his 18th maybe in 18 games. Instead, he tried to pass the puck back against the grain. That's where Kevin Lowe was. Look at Francis to Jágr. Now it's a 2-on-1. Now, you think he'd shoot there? No. Instead, he tried to pass it across where he had help of his line mates. Look at them driving back through the middle there. Kevin Lowe makes a great play.
That look from the MCS Cannon goal cam. The Penguins have 31 power play goals. 4 players have 28 of them. Lemieux and Jágr have 8 apiece. Sandstrom has 7, and Francis has 5.
Scott Mellenby in Florida has 8 to be tied with the league lead.
Leach trying to clear. It was blocked by Chris Tamer, rather by McIver. Bukaboom gets to it. Bukaboom and Leach on with Graves and Nemchinov. McIver chasing. Graves on him, tugging at him, forcing him back, takes him down hard, prompting a roar from the crowd. Nemchinov is deep. He takes a hit from Francis, or rather from Sandstrom. Sandstrom has the puck now, plays it ahead to Lemieux. On to Yager. Yager dropped it off, taken away by Nemchinov for a clear. Penguins have only been shut out on the power play in 4 of their 17 games this season. And 10 times they have had 2 or more power play goals in a game.
The Rangers are doing a good job here in the neutral zone, especially just at their own blue line. You're right. Sundstrom with a real good penalty kill here for the Rangers. Presley back in the lineup. That helps the Rangers penalty killing.
Penguins move forward with 30 seconds to go in the power play. Francis with the pucks. Smolenski's got to get back onside. He did. Mironov sends it down. Took a hit from Samuelson. Lowe bangs it off the boards. Knocked down by Mironov. Cleared.
Sundstrom was there again. He's all over the place.
He's got the puck in the lead and a penalty called as Presley was pulled down. A good play by Sundstrom.
Yeah, this penalty kill, a good one for the Rangers. Not a good scoring chance. The closest one was that pass by Yager, and Kevin Lowe made the break here. Mironov actually does a good job leaving his feet to keep the puck in the Rangers zone, but that guy was everywhere. You can see a little 5-on-5 from one of his teammates as he got to the bench. That was Stefan Matteau. See, you're going to see Mironov stood up by Opie Samuelson, and there he keeps the puck in. Look at Sundstrom, bang, real quick. Now watch Sundstrom again. Here as he picks up the loose pass with the help of Presley, and then Presley hooked as he headed for the breakaway. Ulf Samuelson stood up Mironov too with a good hit just prior to the Rangers trying to work the puck out of their zone.
Mironov 2 for hooking at 6:16. So in 15 seconds, when Mark Messier returns, the Rangers will get their first power play of the game. Good job by Nicklas Sundstrom on the penalty kill. 1-1 the score, 13:44 to go first period.
The Penguins use a lot of their big wheels, you know, they're big, good hockey players for their power play. And they use a lot of the kids for the penalty kill, including Richard Park. Pretty good on face-off.
You said kid? How old is he?
Well,
19.
You know what I mean.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
He is a kid.
Well, look at him. He looks like a kid, too. Look at him. He'll check for his ID when he gets into the arena.
The second-round draft pick of the Penguins.
I said, hi, Richard. No, always. Hi, Mr. Davidson. Enough with the Mr. stuff.
Penguins went from one of the oldest teams in the league. Here's a shot by Graves, goes wide. One of the oldest teams in the league last year, the second youngest in the league this year. Messier set to return in 5 seconds. Teams are skating 4 aside.
Youngest
Here comes Messier.
has to be Edmonds. You're right. They're youngest by about a year.
That's right. Rangers power play. Richard Park, number 76, with good speed, gets a good shot off and a save made. Penguins have 4 shorthanded goals, and Park has 1 of them. It's Leach carrying and firing in. Messier, Graves, Kovalov, Leach and Driver for the power play. Leach to Driver, on to Graves, back to Leach, quickly to Driver, takes the shot, save, Barrasso, rebound off the glass.
Pretty good pass work there.
Messier in the corner, now Kovalov. Tamer, number 2, with Ian Moran, number 24 on defense, Park and Wells, the penalty killing unit. Wells, number 12, there's the shot, hit the post, Kovalov thought he had it.
Oh, man, what a play by Leach. Rangers passing very sharp.
Kovalov's got the puck, looking to Messier. Back for Kovalov, broken up in front by Tamer and cleared by Park.
You never know how a game's going to be played, but when you see the Rangers pass the puck like they are there, you expect a good game from them. There's some great passes on the power play.
Messier with speed. Runs into Joseph. LaRue fires it around the board, stopped by Driver. 38 seconds left in the power play. Kovalov against Francis. Yager is on as well. Driver playing it into the corner. Ron Francis goes for it. Stopped by Leach. Off the corner boards, LaRue and Kovalov. Messier to the puck. Barrasso got a stick on it. Chris Joseph, number 23, moves it. Driver got a piece, but Yager able to clear. Time for 1 more rush for the Rangers on this power play.
They got to be careful here. Sometimes your power play gets tired late in the power play, and you look and Lemieux's on the ice.
Ferraro, Robitaille for Beek, Samuelson, and Leach on for the Rangers around the boards and out, and that'll do it. Here comes Gurinoff. Teams are at full strength.
Rangers had an empty net shot with a bad angle, and Kovalov just missed.
Ferraro for Robitaille. 1-1 the score, 11:35 to go in the first. Robitaille with the puck. Scored only 2 goals in his last 9 games. Beek along the boards. Samuelson took a hit from Lemieux. Ferraro's got the puck. Centering for Robitaille. Robitaille, and he scores! That was a dazzling play. Ferraro and Robitaille hooking up. It's 2-1 Rangers.
The second goal Mario Lemieux's been on the ice for. Look at Ferraro. Take his time. Now Robitaille's got to do his stuff. What a move on Barrasso. Now before that, the Rangers had to find a way to control the puck along the boards. You see it happening here. Again, Robitaille gets away from Sandstrom. And look at that pretty backhand pass by Ray Ferraro. 2-1 Rangers. Robitaille stayed out for a long shift. He had seen some power play time. Two men went to Verbeek. That left, as you see, Robitaille wide open. Wide open. Verbeek had two black jerseys all over him. Ferraro with a great pass.
John, I think Samuelson made a big play along the boards by the point. Took a hit from Lemieux, kept the puck in, and the Rangers were able to develop something down deep in the corner. Offside is whistled, 11:10 remaining in this first period. Rangers have the lead for the second. Robitaille with his 8th of the season from Ferraro and Verbeek in 8:39, giving the Rangers the 2-1 lead. Pat Verbeek extends his point-scoring streak to 8 straight, make it 7 straight games, 2 goals and 8 assists, 10 points in the last 7 games.
Pittsburgh, you talked about the great streak they're on, Sam. 3 goals against or fewer in 9 of their last 10 games. The Rangers have 2 on them in the first 10 minutes here.
Glenn Murray, number 27, came over from Boston in a big trade, involving Kevin Stevens. 2 saves by Richter. First on Murray, second on Park.
Yeah, the second one, though, shouldn't have been there. That was a big rebound by Mike. And he would rather have put that first shot, the rebound, into the corner somehow.
Nick Kiprios on with Nicholas Sundstrom and Darren Langdon. Rangers scratchers tonight, Joe Kosar, Alexander Karpovtsev, and Matthias Norstrom. McIver. Here is Samuelson. Now Matteau. Give it up. Tamer fires. Here comes Jágr on a breakaway. He's hooked down by Samuelson. Could be a penalty shot. Let's see. Rob Schick.
He's thinking about it.
And he says no. He calls a hook.
Boy. It looked like he was home free. If he's home free, maybe it should have been a penalty shot. Samuelson took the penalty by hooking Jágr way up high by the shoulder. Jágr helped it along, there's no doubt. Here's the great pass up the middle. It's a breakaway. The blue line in. I don't know why that's not a penalty shot, Sam.
Unless he thought that he lost control of the puck right here.
Yeah, I guess he never had control of the puck. Once the hook started, now I can understand it. See, he took the pass. Maybe Samuelson would have been better off to let him go with Richter able to get out and find the loose puck, but that's certainly hindsight. Samuelson in the box, and again, Pittsburgh on their second power play, and a chance to tie this game up at 2.
Ron Francis takes the face-off against Mark Messier. Messier wins. Bukaboom drives it around. Stopped by Lemieux. Francis and McIver playing the points. Good hit by Bukaboom on Sandstrom. Sandstrom, Jágr, and Lemieux up front. Messier and Graves with Leach and Bukaboom for the Rangers. Ron Francis. Tipped toward the net. Stopped by Richter. Jágr gets there. Jágr with the back pass to Francis. Quickly to Lemieux for a save by Richter. Now it's McIver to Jágr. Across to Francis, off his stick, out of the zone. 35 seconds gone, and the penalty to Ulf Samuelson. 9:35 to go in the first. Rangers with a 2-1 lead. McIver, deep for Jágr. Around the net he goes. Lemieux lets it go to Francis. Head for Sandstrom, he missed it. Leach drives it all the way down. Presley has come on, along with Sundstrom, Lowe, and Lidster. McIver, one-time New York Ranger.
They've been very happy with McIver. I think he's got, what, 15 assists on the season? And knowing that Sergei Zubov's been out with a fractured finger twice now, they've been very happy with McIver.
Francis stopped by Richter with Lidster all over him. Francis getting off the shot. Here's Sandstrom going back. McIver moves it to Lemieux. Lemieux holding and looking. Cutting in is Francis from the right side. Couldn't get the pass through. McIver's got it. 28 seconds in the power play. Now Jágr with room. High and wide. Francis keeps it in. Gave it up to Sundstrom. Can't clear. Now he's got it for the clear.
Sundstrom's had a good penalty-killing game so far, along with Wayne Presley. That was a long shift they were caught on the ice for. They got the job done. And for Mike Richter, nice to see Mario take the bad angle shot he was there for, and then nice to see Yager miss the net.
Take away. Bukaboom took it away from Joseph. Here's Messier with Bukaboom to the net. The feed, and just tipped it wide. Barrasso may have gotten a piece of it with a glove. Cleared out. Teams were at full strength. Pittsburgh 0 for 2 on the power play.
When you play Pittsburgh, everything's out of whack. Bukaboom driving to the net for the scoring chance.
That was unbelievable.
You don't call that too often, do you?
There's an icing. Messier looked up, and there was Bukaboom heading for the net. He just tipped it wide. Ron Francis had a good chance during the power play for Pittsburgh.
On the rush, he drives in here, but he's driven to the side by Dougie Litzner, so the goaltender Richter only had to work on the short side shot. Bukaboom there makes a nice play in the neutral zone, then drives to the net, and why not? And there it's kicked aside with the glove hand and the pad of Tommy Barrasso. Good play by Bukaboom and Messier.
2-1 Rangers leading it with 7:45 remaining in this first period as Pat Verbeek comes across with the puck. Looking, shooting, deflects into the corner. Ferraro after it. It's up the board. Samuelson keeps it in. Frankie LaRue moves it around. And a penalty is upcoming. On the Rangers, it's an elbowing call.
Robitaille got nailed, Sam.
Is it on the Penguins? Let's see.
I think so. It was Robitaille that got nailed and went down, or is it Robitaille?
It's an elbowing
There's
call.
LaRue. There's Robitaille. Oh, man. Robitaille
It's on LaRue.
took that right into the kisser.
Yeah,
It
it's
looked
on
like a
Frankie
big,
LaRue.
a big, high left arm. Ooh, the elbow, yeah.
The whistle blew when the Rangers got the puck. That's why I didn't understand.
Well,
Okay.
they blow it, they blow it. What are we going to do? So Robitaille, I mean, he took a smash to the kisser. So LaRue goes two for elbowing.
At 12:33, Rangers' second power play. They're 0 for 1. Big Francois LaRue has really helped out the Pittsburgh defense.
It's interesting watching Pittsburgh move the puck out of their zone. They've set up 2 breakaways with great first passes out of their zone, one for Yager and one for Mario Lemieux.
I don't know, John. Eddie Johnson just seems to go on and does a great job.
Does a great job because he's a great guy. Knows how to communicate. He's working with Brian Trottier and Rick Kehoe, and they all seem to be at peace with themselves, and so they should with their record. So this guy's a good guy. He was a heck of a goaltender when he played with the Boston Bruins. Slowed down quite a bit by the time he got to St. Louis to try to help us.
He's got a birthday coming up on Friday.
Does he?
Leach across the driver. Robitaille, Ferraro, and Verbeek up front. Francis and Lemieux with Tamer and Moran for Pittsburgh. Ian Moran, Boston College product, able to clear it all the way down. Penguins did a lot of turnover in the offseason. 11 players gone, 11 new players in. Got a lot younger.
Well, they had to revamp their whole payroll knowing that Mario Lemieux was coming back, and Craig Patrick obviously did a great job with it. By the way, Ronnie Francis was on the ice for the defensive draw. As soon as they got the puck out of the zone, he went to the bench.
Mario is healthy. He has not played any back-to-back games thus far this season, but with 2 nights off prior, 2 days off prior to these 2 games, 2 days off after the 2 games, he's going to go back-to-back.
You think he's the front runner for the comeback player of the year?
Oh, no question.
I think Gretzky has to be right there with him, don't you think? The 2 of them
Gretzky had
have been fabulous.
Gretzky was okay last.
Not by Gretzky standards,
All right.
and he's the first one to say it. But Gretzky and Lemieux both really were diligent during the offseason and with their workout programs, harder than they've ever worked before, and it's really paid off for the 2 of them.
Barrasso steers it to the corner, but Mario, after a year off, a year away from the game, just fabulous what he's doing. Driver picks up the puck. 1:05 to go on the Rangers power play. 6.5 minutes to go in the first. Rangers with a 2-1 lead. Leach sends it in. Barrasso stops it. Back for it. Norma Kyber around the boards. Driver try to keep it in. Mironov sends out Yager. Leach is back. Yager turns. Leach with a nice poke check. Robitaille slowed down by Francis. Leach helps out. Moves across with Verbeek. Pass to Messier. Now to Verbeek. He shoots. Save Barrasso. Rebound. Save Barrasso on Lister. Battle for the puck. Graves shot deflects wide. Messier to Graves. Saved by Barrasso. Lister shoots wide. Oh, the puck's coming from all angles. Another save by Barrasso on Leach. Around the boards to Lister. He shoots wide. It's a shooting gallery out there.
It's a Barrasso gallery. He made about 4 terrific saves. Great pressure, and the fans loving it here.
Leach's pass blocked by Yager.
This is something to watch with these two teams. You don't know what's going to happen, but something always does happen.
Lidster did not get to the red line. Send it all the way down. It's an icing on the Rangers. Power play is over. Team's back at full strength. Each team 0 for 2 on the power play, but the Rangers just firing as soon as they touch the puck.
All in a flurry. The shots are 15-9. Now they rearranged the scoreboard. They're 15-11 in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Great pass back. I tell you, Brasso, that was his best save maybe, and how he was able to get to his right and then back to his left to make the save. Adam Graves with a shot there, and the Rangers battled to find loose pucks. Brasso's perfect. Look at his angles.
I've counted 4
how
so
he's
far.
in perfect position for each shot. That was the 5th. This one here just about went out of the ballpark. The one by Lidster as the puck was rolling on him. And Tommy Brasso, he hardly played last year, along with Mario Lemieux because of the bad wrist. I mean, he hardly played at all until the end of the season. Right now, Pittsburgh with a great tandem of goaltenders. Pretty Reggett, Tom Barrasso, look at that.
Pretty impressive company there, huh? Moog, Fuhr, Waugh, and Barrasso.
All active goaltenders. I'm just going to say, look at that, they're all still playing. And I realized what it was about.
Rangers had 5 shots on goal on that last power play, that flurry that you just saw. 9 shots on the power play for the game. In 11 total.
Yeah, that was Moog, Waugh, Barrasso, and
Fuhr was second.
And all 4 of them are playing real well right now. I talked to Dallas yesterday. They're very happy with Andy Moog. All 4. Patrick Waugh has been sensational these last 12 or 13 games. Barrasso's been terrific. Grant Fuhr has been the best player in St. Louis. Amazing, isn't it?
Mike Crispino back at Madison Square Garden, sitting just above the left shoulder of Tom Barrasso, who's just peppered by the Rangers, with Barry Mizell, the author of a new book called Losing the Edge, The Rise and Fall of the Stanley Cup Champion Rangers. Simon & Schuster has it. Tell me something. What was the most amazing part of writing this book for you?
I think we all knew that Keenan was pretty duplicitous in his way of exiting the Rangers. What was most amazing to me, A, the depth he went to get out of his contract, and B, the way Messier kept it together in that Stanley Cup run. Some of the things that Keenan did to the players was unbelievable, and the fact that Messier held it together and kept Keenan in his place was pretty remarkable.
All right, Barry Mizell, Simon & Schuster. It's out in the next couple of days, Sam and JD. Title of chapters like Long Goodbye, Paid in Full, Hungover, and On Thin Ice. Back to you.
And the guys have been reading it. John's been reading it. Kevin Lowe, it's a good read.
What's that, duplicitous? What's duplicitous? Anything bigger than marmalade, I have a hard time with it.
Devious could be
okay. I figured that out.
Good synonym.
Actually, to be honest with you, it is a good read. It's a real good read. If you really want to know the inside.
15 for the Penguins, 12 for the Rangers. Just under 4 minutes to go. 2-1. Rangers leading here in the first period. Kovalov back for it. Around the boards for Adam Graves. Graves and Robitaille have scored for the Rangers. Jágr for the Penguins.
Been a hard-working period for the Rangers. Been 2 breakaways by Pittsburgh. Not a lot of odd man rushes by them away from that particular statistic, however.
Jágr was stopped by Samuelson, and Samuelson got knocked down by Smolinski. Here comes Jágr. He's flying. Chinoff trying to stay with him. Does.
Yeah, interesting that both defensemen were up ice.
Battle along the boards. Back to the point man. Winding up for the shot. Moran saved by Richter. And the rebound cleared out by Wayne Presley.
Driver did a good job picking up Ronnie Francis before the point shot. That allowed Richter lots of vision to see the puck.
Jágr's back pass was almost to Wayne Presley at the Pittsburgh blue line. Richter stopped the puck. He stopped 15 of 16 shots. Kevin Lowe, long pass for Robitaille. He was stopped by Francois Leroux. Leroux sends it in. Kevin Lowe takes over. Now Luc Robitaille for Doug Lidster. And Leroux, number 18, going back for it. And an icing whistle against the Rangers with 2:40 to go in the first period. Francois Leroux, a former first-round draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers, bounced around, failed to make it with a couple of teams. Ottawa gave up on him. And Pittsburgh grabbed him, and they've made him a solid player.
Jágr with that last rush. It was interesting to see as you move it ahead just a little bit. There's one defenseman there as driver. As Jágr heads up ice, so we stop it for a second. That's a forward Sundstrom. That's a forward Nemchinov trying to get back to stop Jágr. Both defensemen are up ice. They do a pretty good job, but what happens is when you come back deep like that, you see how Nemchinov's in and Sundstrom's in. Both defensemen are in. Look at this open ice up here. And that's where the puck's going to go. Now, as the puck heads there, stop it, stop it. Look at Driver do a good job right here, allowing Richter to see the shot. Good job, real good job, and Richter made it look easy.
Robitaille tied up, but able to clear the zone. Chris Joseph sends it back in. Lidster looking up for Ferraro. Taps it to the boards. LaRue gets over. Lidster. Oh, hit his own man. Hit Ferraro.
Right on the helmet.
He tried to drive it in, and oh, man.
Left ear. It hit the helmet. I know that you can hear it. That's the good news. The only area not protected there is the ear. And if you've ever, been slapped alongside the ear, it's just a ringing sensation. He dropped down, but at least he's moving, and he appears to be okay. Jim Ramsey was out there immediately to help him out. With 2:20 to go in the period, I would think he'd go in for repairs and get checked out completely. You could hear it hit the helmet, so the puck must have partially at least hit the helmet and took away some of the blow. Some players wear the helmets that have the little strap or piece that goes right across the ear, a singular piece, to protect a play such as that.
The good news is he's never lost consciousness.
No, he's been cut,
so
you see there, yeah. So he'll go in for repairs. Man, that has to be a stunning shot. He's skating on his own. That's great news. That's sure a ringing sensation when that happens. Man, there's Dr. Bart Nissenson there to help him off on your left. Tommy Horvath will be taken care of.
Medical attention for Ray Ferraro. Watch this.
Well, he's standing at the blue line. He has to turn and face the shooter. Ooh, now he sees it coming and he ducks down. But the left side of his face or head became the target. And, ooh, man, right off the left ear. Oh, can you just feel that or what? Oh, terrible.
2:15 to go in the first. 2-1 Rangers. Tomas Sandstrom moving in. Blocked by Leach, who takes the puck and heads up ice. Kovalov and Graves.
Hey, Messier all the way back with Lemieux on the play. Lemieux never got away from Messier at all. In fact, he's just now getting back over the blue line.
Aronoff double team, plays it up the boards. Leach able to keep it in and was blocked by Sandstrom. Messier recovers in center. Cross to Kovalov. Now to Graves. Blocked by Mironov. It's picked up by Messier in full stride. He scores!
Oh, baby.
Oh, Messier raced in.
Messier has a good period going defensively against Lemieux. And then here, he along with Adam Graves. And Adam Graves has had a very good period here for the Rangers. Lemieux's been on the ice for all 3 Ranger goals. And Messier looked like he was shot out of of a rocket ship. Look at him just fly right by Lemieux, who he was defending all shift long. And there he goes, opens the legs up and bang right through. The puck here looks like it's going to be shot in. And I think Barrasso right there was going to go out and get the puck. Instead, now he's trying to scramble and get back into position. Never did, and Messier just basically went in, casually scored the goal. There's a hit by Graves. The puck's wide open. Messier comes flying through and bang.
3-1. Rangers lead it. With 1:35 remaining in the first period, Rangers have only had the lead after the first period in 5 games this season, 5 of 20. They lead 3-1. They've come ready for this one.
And Pittsburgh's had great first periods all season long, and here the Rangers, the penalty killing is excellent. They've given up the 2 breakaways. Richter stopped one of them. The other one was a penalty for Pittsburgh's power play. So other than that, the Rangers have played just a great period.
Messier line with 2 goals. Graves with 1, Messier with this one. Messier for Graves and Kovalov at 18:15. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Brian Leach will join Mike Crispino live in our studio following the first period. Bob Page has an update, scores and highlights from the MSG Sports Desk. And JD and I will be back with first period highlights. Hope you stay with us for that.
Messier was just on Lemieux again. Lemieux took the pass at center ice. Messier swept the puck right off his stick. Kevin Lowe pushing Sandstrom right into the Rangers bench. I mean, the door's open. He's pushing it right in.
Getting nasty out there.
Who's the big guy there? Is that LaRue?
Yeah.
He is a big.
He's the big man. He is one big man.
Sandstrom there talking to Rob Shea. He got pushed right into the penalty box. There's Sandstrom with 2 slashes. Oh, man, he was really going after Kevin Lowe with the stick, so Lowe got mad.
Doors open.
And watch this. Oh, and look at Presley from behind. holding him.
that?
Holding
Wait
him.
a second. What is that? He can't do that.
Kevin Lowe's gone for the period. I suspect Sandstrom and both of them should have gotten penalties, and Presley's lucky he got nothing. Yeah, if he got nothing, he was holding Sandstrom. Ronnie Asseltine, the linesman there, trying to usher Sandstrom off, and he's now gone. Sandstrom really went after Kevin Lowe, slashing him a couple of times. Lowe got mad and reacted, and then Presley on the bench can't get away from TV cameras. He yanked Sandstrom right in. Again, there's the line change being made. Kevin Lowe's mad now at Sandstrom. Now watch Presley. He should have a penalty for that.
No question
about it. Got to be
it.
a bench minor.
Now things settle down. Sandstrom and Lowe get 2 minutes each for roughing at 19:23. The team skate 4 aside.
They got their money's worth, those two.
Here comes Graves. Save Barrasso. Messier gets to the puck.
Best period of the year. Best period of the year, in my opinion, for Adam Graves. He has just been like he was 2 years ago, fighting for loose pucks, knocking people off the puck, legs going, scores a goal, getting scoring chances. The best I've seen him look all season long.
Cheers starting to rise from the crowd as the final seconds tick off, and we'll have one more face-off, 1.8 seconds remaining.
This will be interesting because Pittsburgh has Ronnie Francis for the draws. Barrasso will probably go to the bench. He's skating that direction now. Francis coming off the bench, and you never know with this team. Francis can take the puck and draw it backwards. He can lift your stick up and kick it back. He can go around you as a center iceman and go right to the net with a shot. He's always tricky. In fact, Lemieux was sitting there waiting to take the draw, and Francis just went in and tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, it's me, big boy.
I got it, big boy. I got this one."
He has Normie McIver back only, or he can go forward with a puck, one or the other. Now his left hand looks like it's turned over. He may be drawing it back for McIver.
Francis against Messier, 1.8 seconds remaining in the first period. 5 skaters on for Pittsburgh, 4 for the Rangers.
He tried to go forward, see that?
And went into the corner, that's the first period.
Put his hand, just like he held the stick normally, and he just tried to go forward with a puck. What a period. Messier's line had a great line against, or a great period against the Lemieux line. Here's both of them being talked to now by the referee. Great period for the Rangers, it really was.
Messier, Graves, and Robitaille score for the Rangers. They keep Mario Lemieux off the board. Jaromir Jagr gets the only Pittsburgh goal, and Lemieux is on for all 3 Ranger goals. End of 1. First game of the home-and-home matchup. It's the Rangers 3 and the Penguins 1. Mike Crispino will be back with Brian Leach right after this.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Payne Weber. By your Tri-State GMC truck dealers, the strength of experience. By New York State Lottery. Play New York Lotto and you could win millions of dollars. Hey, you never know. And by the incredible i30 from Infiniti. More flagship styling, space, and performance than you'd ever expect.
We're back at Madison Square Garden in our first intermission. The Rangers a 3-1 lead over the Pittsburgh Penguins, and joining me, defenseman Brian Leach. And Brian, this must be a nightmarish kind of experience for a defenseman in a game like this with Pittsburgh and all that potent offense. You try to stop them, but you also know you have to score goals in order to beat these teams.
Yeah, they certainly got some of the top players in the league, obviously, and they've got a good group that complement them too. So we did, what we wanted to. Mike Richter, like we talked about earlier, made some key saves, so it looks a little better in our favor. But to try and contain them, keep them to the outside, and then capitalize on any chances we did, we'll certainly take a 3-1 lead after one.
If you consider the quality opportunities by both teams, it could be a 5-2 game. The first minute of the game was really what the first period was about. Mario Lemieux gets the breakaway. Richter makes the big save. How did the momentum turn around, or did it turn around at that point?
Well, it's certainly a big play. I mean, right off the bat, they throw it up the middle a lot to Jagr and Lemieux, and on top of being big, strong guys, they got great speed too. So they only need a step on you. But for Mike to make that save, I mean, there's not many goalies that make breakaway saves on Lemieux, so it kept us right there at 0-0, and we were able to go from there.
There's a lot of talk before this game about the Rangers' early schedule being not as strong in terms of your opponents. How did you guys view these 2 games as you approached them in your preparation? Did you look at this kind of as a mini playoff to kind of measure where you guys are at?
Yeah, and I think more so after the road trip we came off of 0-2-1 and looking to get back on track. And we played well at home, so to try and get this game early and go back in there and put some more pressure on them, because they get off to a good start this season, and if we can, win this first one, we'll go from there.
All right, it's far from over, as we all know. It's 3-1 Rangers after one. Brian, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the second period. We'll be back with more from Madison Square Garden after these words.
Bob Page rejoining you from our Sports Desk studios once again. A couple of big baseball stories today. First of all, if you hadn't heard yet, Don Mattingly has saved the Yankees another public relations fiasco by making a decision for them. He announced through his agent today that he would not be with the Yankees or any other ball club to start the season. Just leaving the door open for a return to baseball if he finds he misses the game during the season. And one day after winning his 7th straight Gold Glove, Bronx native Devon White has left the Toronto Blue Jays, signing as a free agent with the Florida Marlins. Now back to hockey in Florida tonight, where the Devils and the surprising Panthers are tied 2-2 into the opening period. Holik and Richer had given New Jersey a 2-0 lead. Then ex-Ranger Jody Hull scored, and there's Scott Mellenby takes a pass from Jesse Belanger at 18:04 and beats Martin Brodeur, his 13th, to tie the game. Now at Philly tonight, Eric Lindros and the Flyers hosting L.A. after ex-Flyer star Rick Tocchet opened the scoring. The Kings made it 2-0 at 16:33. Courtesy of rookie Yannick Perreault, his 9th of the year. Ex-Islander Rob DeMaio scored for Philly less than a minute later. And the Ottawa Senators today named 36-year-old minor league coach Dave Allison as their new head coach. Back in 60 seconds. No jokes, please, about the Giants and turkeys, but with Thanksgiving upon us, a number of Giants, including rookies Charles Way, Tyrone Wheatley, and Scott Gregg, dropped off turkeys at the Yorkville Senior Center in Manhattan today. We asked Wheatley about the importance of giving something back to the community.
It's a must. It's not an obligation or a priority. I mean, it's just in a human morals just to give back. I know it's been some, as a kid coming up, I wasn't never really fortunate to have such, a great Thanksgiving or Christmas. So now that I have the ability to have that, I feel as though in me to give back, So I've never really had, so I want to give what I never had.
Much more on the Giants in our full 30-minute show at 10:30 tonight. Stay tuned. Our second period is next.
Sam Rosen, John Davidson, Mike Crispino back at Madison Square Garden. We'll take a look at first period highlights brought to you by Minolta, the official camera of the Garden. Rangers did a lot of good things in that first period, John.
Well, they got help from everybody in this period, especially Mike Richter early. Lemieux was deep. There's the shot taken, and he's waiting, and right through the middle he goes. One step on Brian Leetch, and he's gone. He tried to go through the legs, but Richter was there. Just a big key save for everybody involved with the Rangers.
That was the defense. Here comes the Rangers offense.
Well, you see Graves tied up with Sandstrom, and Graves outpowered anybody on the other team during the entire period. He backs up to get open for the backhand pass, and the shot goes through the Penguins right over the shoulder of Tommy Barrasso. That gave the Rangers the 1-0 lead. Not long after Richter had made that save on Lemieux.
Luc Robitaille has been quiet. He comes up with a goal here.
It was a 1-1 game, and here's Verbeek knocking down or having two black jerseys. That opened the ice for Robitaille, who went back against the grain right around the goaltender, and it was 2-1 Rangers.
And Graves makes another good play here.
Graves, watch him chip the puck ahead and then take Mironov right out. Bang, takes him out of the play, and here comes just like a rocket. Messier moves in, and Messier gave his team a 3-1 lead to end the period. Jeff Bukaboom, by the way, +3 for the period. Mario Lemieux, -3 for the period.
We'll be right back.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. By NYNEX, it's an easy call. And by Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
We're back. First period scoring summary is brought to you by Hertz. For business, for pleasure, nobody does it exactly like Hertz. Graves at 1:34 put the Rangers in the lead. Messier and Kovalov assisted. Jágr tied it unassisted at 3:23. Then Robitaille at 8:39 from Ferraro and Verbeek. Messier at 18:15 from Graves and Kovalov. Messier lined with 6 points in the game. Each team 0 for 2 on the power play. Some good penalty killing by the Rangers, holding the Penguins to only 3 shots on the 2 power plays. Puck possession time nearly even in that first period. Colin Campbell's got to be very satisfied with the way his team came ready to play in this game tonight.
The only question mark is he doesn't seem to have Ray Ferraro, I don't think, available for the beginning of the second period after being hit with the puck to his left ear with 2 minutes to go in the first period. That means I would think that Nicholas Sundstrom may get some more ice time in center ice. Yeah, and you're right. I think he has to be very satisfied with his team's state of mind for this game, led by this guy and number 9.
Yes.
Messier and Graves had a great period.
Second period begins with the team skating 4 aside. Sandstrom and Lowe in the penalty box for another minute 23 seconds. Coincidental minors for roughing. Lemieux and Messier go opposite one another. Lemieux is on with Yager, Mironov, and McIver. Trouble for Pittsburgh. Graves' shot is knocked aside with a stick by Barrasso. Messier and Graves with Bukaboom and Leach.
Mironov's had a tough time with loose pucks. He's been losing the loose puck battles, and that led to another shot by Graves.
Graves all over Yager, but Yager showing good strength. Here's Messier. Leach goes in deep. The shot sticked aside by Barrasso. Leach in the corner. Graves against McIver, who was picked off by Leach. Graves turns and shoots off the shaft of the stick of Barrasso. Bukaboom moves it to Messier.
Good shift by those foursome as they held Yager and Lemieux trapped in their own zone.
McIver holds up Verbeek. Verbeek keeps it alive. Messier went to help out. Puck is loose. Messier's got it. Now Verbeek. Long shift for Lemieux and Yager. They're still on.
Because they can't get out of their zone.
Lemieux's got the puck. Circles away from Verbeek.
They tend to have long shifts anyway. Watch out now.
Uh-oh, here comes Mario. Yager stays on. Mario across with it. Yager to the net. Mario circles. Blocked by Samuelson. Still got it.
Yeah,
pulled it out of the zone.
Puck hit Samuelson's foot, went back out of the zone, then back in, hence the offside.
Tough to go one-on-one. This is like Michael Jordan in basketball. Lemieux going one-on-one. First period.
And they were head-to-head.
Yep.
Almost every shift. So Messier very satisfied, I think. But there's one player that knows that it's only one period. It's Mark Messier. You can't get happy until the game's over.
Nemchinov on with Sundstrom, Driver, and Samuelson. Team's back at full strength at 3 seconds. Driver moving up. Francis and Smolinski on with Moran and Tamer. Now the teams are at full strength. Chris Tamer banks it off the boards. Picked up by Sandstrom. He's checked by Nemchinov. And an offside, Pittsburgh on the play.
The other thing Colin Campbell was talking about prior to this game is that he wanted a team game for the Rangers. You know, he feels they're going to be tested tonight. They'll be tested tomorrow night on the road where you don't get your matchups that you want generally. And then, of course, Saturday and against a very tough Detroit hockey club. And I think so far, when you analyze just the 21.5 minutes to this point, it's been a solid team effort of the Rangers.
Did something a little different this morning. John had their morning skate, came off the ice, and then the entire team met at 11:30. After their skate, they all went in a room and they went over the points that you were mentioning. What Coach Colin Campbell wanted, how they wanted to play, what they felt were the important factors. 3-on-2, Driver shoots, and a saber at the rebound, score! Stefan Matteau with his first goal of the season. And the Rangers lead 4-1.
You see Driver jump on the play. You see Nemchinov read that Driver moved up on the play. Matteau found the rebound. Neutral zone. The Rangers control it again. Nemchinov went wide with the puck, and Driver made sure he joined the play. There's the turnover right at the blue line. Nemchinov will take off with the puck. Look at 33 in the bottom of your screen. Defense, offense. Now he takes off. Nemchinov's wide. Matteau to the net. Nemchinov with a great pass, shot, and there's Matteau battling in front. He wins the battle and finds the rebound to give his team the 4-1 lead. Beautiful play. That's a great defensive play in the neutral zone and a terrific rush with the odd man getting it done.
And that last replay look from the MCS Cannon goal cam. 4-1 Rangers. Chance now that's shot wide by Dave Roach, number 51. Roach, a rookie who played for Dick Todd in Peterborough in the Ontario Hockey League in junior. Dick Todd made him a first-round draft pick in junior hockey, and he scored 50 goals for him. Chris Joseph moving it. Roach, number 51, picks it up. Now Lemieux on with Sandstrom and Roach. The back pass, shot by Joseph, deflected into the corner. Leach moves up ice with Messier to his left.
Lemieux just had a short shift.
Leach pulls up. Pass deflected. And back the other way, Richard Park, number 76. Park moving in on Lister, shot blocked. Matteau got the goal. His first of the season from Driver and Nemchinov at 1:49. So in both periods, Rangers scoring in the first 2 minutes of the period. Scored at 1:34 of the first. Shot by McIver goes wide. Lively rebound knocked aside by Richter. Alert play by Richter. A little over 3 minutes gone by in the second period. 4-1, Rangers leading it. Leach battling Glenn Murray. Richard Park against Kovalov. Now Murray to the puck. Leach stays with him. Murray trying to work it deep. Kovalov blocked it. Rangers able to force it out of the zone. Rangers have Sundstrom on with Kovalov and Graves. Leach takes over. Almost intercepted, but it got through to Kovalov. It was missed by Joe Didzik, number 16.
I'm going to see Sundstrom here play center ice with Robitaille and Verbeek.
Puck was touched with a stick above the shoulder by Glenn Murray. Brings the whistle, stopping play with the Rangers leading 4-1. Early in the second period, and the Rangers have a 4-1 lead. Driver, who pitched in on that last goal with the shot, left a rebound for Stefan Matteau. And Matteau has played well for the Rangers. He's gotten a lot of praise from the coaching staff. Hadn't put any points on the board, just one assist.
I think you'll be very satisfied with maybe now starting some type of a point streak, which always helps when your third line can do it. It always helps when your third line scores. And here they are again checking the Francis line. That's Nemchinov against Francis.
There's Yager weaving his way in. Got a shot off save by Richter. The rebound. Battle Yager. Takes it away from Nemchinov. Yager moving. Nemchinov holding on. Yager shoots again. Saved by Richter.
See something?
Man.
From the about 10 years of age and onward, he did 1,000 squats a day with a bar with a tire on each end of it in his bedroom in what was Czechoslovakia. And that's why he has that leg strength. It's awesome.
Francis tried to get the pass through to Smolinski. It was deflected out.
We're talking about Yager, of
yes.
course.
He is very, very strong. Francis chipping it ahead, goes after it. Driver picks him up. Francis hit the back of the net with the centering pass. Comes out to Chris Tamer for a shot. Saved by Richter, and he covers up on the rebound with a battle in front. Sandstrom against Leach. Play stops. 15:08 to go in the second period. Alexei Kovalov coming on, and this is a kind of a special night for him, part of our Coke Classic play, because you see this Pee Wee team, they're from his hometown in Russia, Tolyatti.
They're over here on a tour, and you know, they were promised this game. They came to the game tonight, and they've run out of money. They had nowhere to stay tonight, so they were going to sleep in their team bus outside the Garden because they leave and go back to Russia tomorrow. Instead, the Southgate Hotel across the street here, where Robert Tully in charge, has taken care of the squad. The kids will have someplace to sleep tonight. It's a great story. I'll tell you what, a great story. They get to see Alexei play in Madison Square Garden. It's the National Hockey League with Lemieux and Yager and Messier.
Doesn't get any better than that.
And you know, the kids, they've been on this tour, and it's very tough to come from Russia over here with the exchange rates and such. They ran out of dough, ran out of money. And again, the Southgate Hotel should be thanked for putting the kids up for tonight. It'll make their trip back to Russia, where times are tough. Maybe they'll have smiles on their face thinking about this for a long time to come.
Great memories. Here comes Kovalov. Trying to impress them. Tamer forced him back. Kovalov sets up, fires, and a save by Barrasso.
And by the way, Alexei bought the tickets for them, which is another nice story.
Way to go. Bouncing puck. Leach finds it, drives it out of the zone. 4-1. Rangers leading. 14:40 to go second period. Tamer moving it out to Ian Moran. Moran across the line into shooting position. Richter makes the save. Rebound to Sandstrom. Shot it wide. Around to Moran. Down the boards. Sandstrom's got it. Bouncing puck. Leach moves it. Stopped by Lemieux. Lemieux working against Messier. Shakes him off. Still with the puck. Messier picks him up again. That shot. Save made. Naslund took the shot. Sandstrom shot it wide. Naslund again along the boards. Sandstrom fans taken down by Bukaboom. Penalty called. Shot by Sandstrom is a save. Power play coming up for Pittsburgh.
And Lemieux just gave Sandstrom the look because he was open in front. Sandstrom made a good move on Bukaboom. Bukaboom just, since he had left his feet, was prone, and he put his foot out and tripped up the Penguin player, and this will lead to a power play. That's the best forecheck that Lemieux's had in this period, or pardon me, this game, where it's sustained action in the offensive zone. There's Mario with Mark. Look at that quick move. Boy, they build their game on quickness. Kovalov certainly helped out, but Lemieux got the puck back. And there's Messier in his face again. That was a tricky shot by Naslund and a good save. And just after that is where the penalty occurred as Big Jeff Bukaboom. That hurts the Rangers having him in the box.
Big question facing Mario. Which country will he play for in the Olympics?
Canada.
You're right. Yeah, I think so. He is an American citizen, but
call him a dual citizen, I guess. Now he's of Canada and the United States. It'll be a tough decision, but I think he'll play for Canada. That's where he learned his hockey skills.
Where he grew up.
Yeah, absolutely. And the majority of his life lived in Canada. They've got that all straightened out, by the way, the scheduling and such.
Long shot deflects wide. Yager's got the puck. We'll get back to that in a minute, John, on this Pittsburgh power play. Yager, Lemieux, Smolinski, Francis, and McIver. Takeaway by Sundstrom, sends out Presley. And he rolls it down. Presley, Sundstrom, Samuelson, and Lowe. Lemieux is hanging back at the red line. Third power play for the Penguins. They're 0 for 2. They've had 3 shots on goal on the power play. 13:30 to go. Second period, 4-1 Rangers. Yager moves in. Now Lemieux. Sundstrom is there.
Now it's serious. They set up.
Yager's side of the net. Smolinski is down low. Here's McIver. Yager quickly to Francis. Try to touch pass to Lemieux. Back to Francis. Now to Lemieux along the boards. Long shot by Francis. Knocked into the corner. Samuelson hit there by Smolinski. Goes down. Pushes the puck up with his glove. Off the boards. Presley trying to chip it clear. Got hit by Francis. Penalty call.
Second penalty of the game that Presley has drawn. Presley did not dress in Winnipeg. And it looks like tonight he's playing with that extra zing in his step, and he's really played well. Here, Samuelson threw the puck in the air off the glass. Presley went to chip it out, and he took a shot right up high to the side of his head from Ronnie Francis, so that ends the power play. Here, look at Presley get to the puck, and then boom, forearm right to the head. He went down, helped it out certainly, and that drew the penalty to Francis. As you can see, it would have been a 2-on-1 with both Presley and Sundstrom, who've done a great job killing penalties in this game. Great effort. Presley's been really good. He's had good effort, and again, he's drawn now his second penalty.
Presley-Sundstrom combination penalty killing has been good. Bukaboom went for tripping at 5:57. Francis goes for holding at 7 minutes. Team skating 4 aside, and in 57 seconds, the Rangers will get a man advantage for 103. The veteran Ron Francis, boy, has he really become just a star player. So solid, last year winning both the Selke and the Lady Byng award. Team skating 4 aside, Joseph and Moran with Sandstrom and Park for Pittsburgh, Messier and Graves, Leach and Lidster for the Rangers. Here's Sandstrom moving in. Pass blocked by Lidster. Moran's back pass to Joseph. Wristed toward the net but wide. Richard Park's got it. Park checked by Lidster. Now it's Joseph faking. Shooting wide. Around the boards. Moran gets to it. He's checked by Graves and Lidster. Sandstrom hit by Messier. Messier moves it up the boards for Graves. Unable to move it further. Now it comes out of the zone, and it's retrieved by Joseph. Rangers on the power play in 5 seconds. Graves. Messier tips it into the Pittsburgh zone. Now the Rangers with the extra man on.
And Sundstrom, who killed the penalty, now starts at center ice and plays to Ferraro, who was injured in the first period. So he gets power play time. Shows you how versatile he is and what he means to this club.
Rangers' third power play. They're 0 for 2. Leach. Now Verbeek. Driver along the boards. Stopped by Yager. Trying to clear. Able to clear. Lemieux is on with Yager, Mironov, and LaRue.
Lemieux was up looking for that short-handed break.
Robitaille, Verbeek, Sundstrom, Driver, and Leach. For the Rangers, the Penguins able to clear. 25 seconds to go on the Francis penalty. Leach heads up ice. Long pass. Here's Sundstrom. Slowed down by LaRue. Controlled. Back pass to Leach. Went behind the back with a pass intended for Driver. Driver recovers in center. Stopped by Smolinski's got it back. Mironov coming in. Lost it to Driver. Final seconds of the power play. Francis set to return. Leach moves across. Francis is on. The shot blocked by LaRue. He's able to clear it out. Teams at full strength. Each team 0 for 3 on the power play. Nice play by Richter.
Oh, yeah, nice pass. Real good pass.
Robitaille deep against LaRue. Takes it away. Mironov battling him. Robitaille couldn't get out in front. Barrasso helped out. Now it's Verbeek, knocked away by Mironov. Samuelson keeps it in.
More defense and less offense in this period compared to the first.
Rangers doing a good job keeping the puck in the Pittsburgh zone. Verbeek against Mironov. That's Chris Wells, number 12, reaching in.
That's where you want to get it done. You don't have Francis on the ice. You don't have Yager out there. You don't have Lemieux out there.
Robitaille to the puck. Battles LaRue. Taken away by Nemchinov. Nemchinov looking to make a play. Drops it off for Samuelson. He's against Dave Roach. Samuelson trying to cut in front. Loose puck in front. Score! Pat Verbeek! What an effort by the Rangers, producing their 5th goal. It's 5-1.
That's where you want to get it done. The big boys for Pittsburgh on the bench. And LaRue went out of his way to take a run. And did he ever nail old Samuelson? But it left the front of the net open where Verbeek found the puck and whipped it right past Tommy Barrasso. 5-1 Rangers. 10:06 to go in the second period. Watch the hit by LaRue. Boom! Does that open up the ice? You bet it does. There's Verbeek and a quick shot. Barrasso was caught reaching, and it's 5-1. Here's the MCS Cannon goal cam look at it. Good play here by Nemchinov. Doesn't throw the puck blind. Good little dish off to Samuelson. Does he get hit? Look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo, baby. But it opened up the ice. Verbeek got there and found the puck. As that was happening, Nemchinov went right back to the point position that Samuelson vacated, so everybody was in the proper position.
What a strong effort by the Rangers in the offensive zone. Verbeek gets his 9th goal of the season. And the Rangers with a 5-1 lead. 5 different goal scorers in the game for the Rangers. Graves, Robitaille, and Messier in the first period. Matteau and now Verbeek here in the second. Verbeek from Samuelson and Robitaille at 9:54.
Nemchinov doesn't get mentioned, but he should.
Shot by Presley is blocked. Nemchinov made a great play to carry the puck around. 9:30 to go, second period. Rangers leading 5-1. Nemchinov tied up by Moran. Francis has the puck. And the outlet is to Brian Smolinski. Smolinski with a long shot stopped by Richter. Smolinski has to be a bit of a disappointment for Pittsburgh as far as his offensive production. Joseph with a pass for Smolinski. Messier on him. LaRue's shot deflects wide.
Especially the great shot that he has, too. But maybe he plays more of a defensive role because Yager and Francis are up ice quite a bit. Maybe he's back covering up Sam.
Richter makes the save on the Chris Joseph shot. LaRue drives it down the ice. And this will be an icing as Joseph gets to it. 8:45 to go, second period. Rangers with 2 more here in the second and a 5-1 lead. Here's a look at the Delta Airlines upcoming Rangers schedule. At Pittsburgh tomorrow night, then off for Thanksgiving. At Detroit Saturday night. Back home next week against the Devils Monday night and the Buffalo Sabres Wednesday. Those 2 games at the Garden begin at 7 o'clock with the MCS Cannon Game Night Show.
We mentioned Pittsburgh, Detroit. What about New Jersey?
Oh, absolutely.
Tough. And of course Buffalo. They've got a lot of young talent there now, but they played well, and they're always left in games when you have Dominic Hasek stopping the puck.
Lemieux tried to set up Naslund. A key man, John, the return of Donald Audette.
Yeah.
Giving them goal scoring.
Oh, yeah, he sure
really
helped
helped
them
them out.
Speed. Here again, Messier opposite Lemieux.
Naslund with a good hit on Kevin Lowe. Rangers control. Graves fires to Messier. Here come the Rangers. Messier, Kovalov to the net. Messier trying to pass. He holds. LaRue knocked it away. LaRue sweeps it out of the zone.
Rangers sending their defense in on the rush here, too. We saw a driver. That helped the second last goal. That play, Messier had the puck, and Lipster was right behind him.
Kevin Lowe's got it. Stopped by Joseph. Intercepted. Sandstrom's pass deflected away by Graves to Kovalov. Moving in, Messier down the right side. Kovalov avoids the hit, but gave up the puck.
LaRue again?
Yep.
Yeah. He got the referee this time. He just missed Kovalov.
Off the boards. Here comes Kovalov again. LaRue after him. Now it's Nicholas Sundstrom. Toward the net. Barrasso got a stick on it. Robitaille's got it in the corner. Sets up Sundstrom. Blocked by Chris Joseph. Joseph moves it. Smolinski tied up by Samuelson. Kept in by Kovalov. Joseph fires out. His driver sends it back in. The Rangers after the puck. Verbeek back there.
LaRue's out there and he's tired.
Robitaille for Verbeek. Get a save by Barrasso.
That was LaRue's side.
Robitaille wraparound comes through. Verbeek is there. Fires across. Samuelson chips it ahead. Robitaille keeps it alive.
Hey, LaRue, big number 18. He needs a rest.
Can't move. Robitaille. Verbeek. Save. Verbeek again. Save. Rebound. Score. Unbelievable.
That's what happens when you get caught during the second period as a visitor in this building on a long shift. You can't get to your bench. It's Pat center ice to get there. And this guy, who's played well for Pittsburgh, he's dead tired. I mean, look at him. He's just dead tired. He's running all over the ice to try and hit people. And he got caught here again on the other side of the net. One shot, two shots, and there's the third one. What an effort.
Wow.
And that was all over LaRue, who got caught behind that. Look at him. There he is against the backboards. Now he's got to try to get back in front.
Can't move.
No, he's dead tired. I mean, dead tired. I mean, not from the lack of effort. He just got caught on the ice for a long period of time, and the Rangers took advantage of it. Tommy Barrasso does everything he can. And look at this effort. I mean, that's a chip shot with a sand wedge on a diving play by Patty Verbeek to make it 6-1.
Pat Verbeek, second goal of the game. He had an assist earlier. What a night he's having. 6-1 Rangers. What, John, the work ethic. You talk about work ethic. This is the example of work ethic. The Rangers.
It shows you how good the Rangers can be when their mindset is proper and their working boots are on and they're doing it as a team effort. They lost Ferraro and Sundstrom has stepped right in, and it's shift after shift after shift of good play to this point.
Yager, great rush, and then he stopped. Lidster stopped him. Presley ties up
Penalty. I think Kevin Lowe may get one.
Lidster intercepts, and now we got something going. Francis and Lowe.
I think Kevin Lowe is getting the original here. Pittsburgh, they need something. Rangers have outworked them, outscored them, and really played a smart game to this point. There's still 6:26 to go in the second period.
Things settle down. We'll be back in just a moment. Kevin Lowe in the penalty box. Penguins get their fourth power play of the game. Lowe for tripping at 13:34.
Here's Kevin Lowe meeting up with Ronnie Francis. That was the play that led to Kevin Lowe getting a penalty. Kevin Lowe's played tough and feisty in this one. Here he wants it, Francis. Pittsburgh on the power play.
Long shot saved by Richter. No rebound. McIver with a long shot.
The Penguins are always going to be a great team on the draws when you have Ronnie Francis on your team. The key is to try and win the big ones. Now, here, if Pittsburgh wins the draw, they set up for shots. You just saw it on that play with Lemieux back at the point along with McIver. Try and allow your goaltender to see the shot. Or in the first period, we showed Bruce Driver holding up his man so Richter could see the shot. On that last play, Richter had no trouble at all seeing the point shot from McIver. You know, here you see Francis take the draw. Lemieux's back at the point, but they'll switch as the power play moves around. Lemieux will go up ice and Francis will go back and play the point.
The Rangers' sixth goal was Verbeek, his 10th. Second of the game from Robitaille and Sundstrom at 13:02. Here's Lemieux. Bukaboom trying to move it. Ford. Here is Ron Francis moving it to Lemieux. Touch back. Francis moves it to McIver. Now it's Yager. Leach and Bukaboom with Messier and Graves for the Rangers. Mule on the boards, hit by Bukaboom. Penalty upcoming. It's going to be on Bukaboom.
That was a hit on Lemieux from behind, and Lemieux appears to be partially dazed.
I don't believe this is intentional. He turned after releasing. You can see Bukaboom questioning it. I thought Lemieux passed and then turned his body, but you know, it's a call. You've got to protect the players.
I understand that. We saw it the other day.
But it wasn't intentional.
No, I agree. But who was it the other day for the Rangers who turned at the time of the hit? I can't remember what game was that. It was on the last trip. I think it was in St. Louis. Here, watch Lemieux. He's facing the center of the ice, and he turns and he got hit. That's a penalty. It's a hit from behind.
No question.
And Lemieux's a dangerous 3 or 4 feet from the glass.
Oh, it's a major. All right, Bukaboom's gone. It's a major for checking from behind.
Sam, and watching that replay, Lemieux had his back to the play for a longer period of time than I think we thought.
Yep.
And a call's made, and all of a sudden, a play like this could turn the game around. It's 6-1. There's a 2-man advantage for 120. Now watch Lemieux. This is in slow motion, but watch him turn his back. And Bukaboom, you know, at that point, he's got to lighten up a little bit. the player's in a prone position, it's easy for us to say, but you just have to. Lemieux was 3 or 4 feet from the boards and got nailed. You know, he must be bothered here because he can't come on the ice immediately. Oh, he's set to come back on. Because of the injury, he cannot start the next play immediately. The game could turn around right here. Rangers have lost Ferraro and Bukaboom. 2-man advantage for what could be 120 and a 5-minute power play. Hang on.
Bukaboom, 5-minute major, checking for behind at 14-14. It's a 5-on-3 for Pittsburgh. They try to change. You heard the roar of the crowd. Barrasso comes out to play the puck.
Yeah, the crowd was right and roaring, but they were wrong. There wasn't going to be a penalty. Lemieux hadn't jumped on the ice.
Smolinski was trying to get off to allow Lemieux to come on.
Lemieux smartly stayed off. And it looked like a mix-up, which it was, but it was not a penalty.
Just under a minute to go on the 5-on-3. Here's Francis moving in. Rangers have Graves, Messier, and Leach. Puck deflects out of the zone. Messier gets to it. Slides it to Graves. Just over his stick.
This is a big 40 seconds ahead of the Rangers right here.
Good work by Messier and Graves. They go off. 38 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Sundstrom has come on with Driver and Leach. Offside Pittsburgh.
The fans loving this. They're just loving this. And so they should. Messier and Graves. Messier's been great for most of the season, but for Graves, he's having his best of the season and almost had the shorthanded, 2-man shorthanded breakaway. The puck just went underneath the blade of his stick, or it was a breakaway.
6-1 Rangers, 4:59 to go, second period. 32 seconds to go in the 5-on-3 advantage for the Penguins.
You look at Lemieux, you wonder if he's bothered by that hit from Jeff Bukaboom that put him out of the game. Look at the puck just off the heel of the blade. And Barrasso smartly got out there and shoveled the puck off the boards.
Graves has come back on with Messier and Samuelson. Lemieux staying on. Yager,
it was a hit.
Francis, Lemieux, Sandstrom, and McIver for Pittsburgh.
People booing every time they see the shot of Lemieux up on the board. It was a hit from behind, and if it was the other way around, you'd want to major the other way.
Puck coming back to the Pittsburgh zone. Word on Ray Ferraro, John.
20 stitches to the side of his head. If the score was tighter, he would return, I think. But with the score one-sided like this, he may not return.
Graves with a good clear. 15 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. 3:50 to go in the 5-minute major, assessed to Jeff Bukaboom. Yager across. Here's Lemieux. He shoots. Save Richter. The rebound in the corner. Here comes Lowe trying to get back in the play. Back pass. McIver. Down to Lemieux. Shot it wide.
Tell you what, maybe old Samuelson made a save. He was right there to clog up the one side of the net.
3:20 to go in the 5-minute major. Rangers with a 6-1 lead coming down to the 4-minute mark of the second period. And the defense. Sundstrom, Presley, Lidster, and Leach on for the Rangers. Yager moves it to Lemieux. Yager goes to the net. Yager after the puck has it. Back for Lemieux. Sundstrom checks him. Now the shot by Mironov. Saved by Richter. The rebound. Lemieux's got it. Circles back. Trying to get it through to Chris Joseph. Joseph against Presley. Lidster to the puck. Lidster knocked down. Puck chipped away. Lemieux's got it. Back out to Chris Joseph. Quickly on him, Presley. Now it's Mironov to Joseph. Lemieux along the boards. Outside to Mironov. Pass blocked by Sundstrom. Can't clear. Yager moves it to Smolinski. Smolinski for Lemieux. Back to Joseph. Now Lemieux along the boards. Out to Joseph. Down low. Shot by Yager. Saved by Richter. Boy, has he been sharp. With all the Rangers scoring, we've forgotten how well Richter's played. In front. Saved by Richter.
That was a save on Leach.
Mironov moving it to Joseph. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining in the major power play advantage for the Penguins. Rangers trying to clear. Presley does. Rangers changed the entire 4-man unit. And a crowd loving it.
The Penguins finally changed their unit. Lemieux finally, along with Yager, go off the ice.
McIver playing it across. Tipped by Naslund. Naslund, Sandstrom, and Francis on. 2:20 to go in the second. 6-1 Rangers. A minute and a half to go. In the power play, major power play advantage for the Penguins. Messier all over Naslund.
Penalty killing is effort. You need effort to kill penalties, and the effort is certainly here. These fans,
listen to this.
They're having a blast.
Standing ovation on a takeaway. Driver sweeps it back to Samuelson. This is like playoff atmosphere. Crowd going wild for the Rangers. 1:05 to go, and Sundstrom to the puck. Leach has got it. Can you imagine if the Rangers scored a shorthanded goal right now? The roof might come off. 1:40 to go in the period, 50 seconds to go. In the power play, a steal by Presley, and he sends it all the way down. Aronoff's got it. Out comes Chris Joseph. 35 seconds to go in the major power play, and it's cleared by Lindster. And Matteau chases after the puck.
That almost was a breakaway.
Horasso plays it up the boards. Francis with Nemchinov all over him. Joseph for Cross. Moran for Francis. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Yager's got the puck. Back behind the net. Smolinski for Francis. Taken away by Lowe. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Lowe clears. What penalty killing by the Rangers. And the major power play is over, and the Rangers get a standing ovation. Wow. 6-1 Rangers. They killed off a two-man disadvantage
For a minute 40. And then the rest
and
of
then
the major.
30 seconds to go in the period. And the entire sellout crowd on its feet as Richter makes the save on Joseph.
It's amazing. There's 18,000 people standing here just having a blast.
Joe Dietzich, number 16, deflects it in. His shot was deflected in. Dietzich taking the place of Peter Nedved in the lineup, who's out with a leg injury. The two former Rangers, Zubov and Nedved, both out injured, and that's the period. What a period for the Rangers.
Well, Dan, what's interesting here, it's 6-1 Rangers after 2. But it may be the night this season that this crowd fell in love with this team.
Wow.
There's new faces. It's a struggle now and again, but it may be this game. Who knows? But it seems to be a common bond here. These fans have gotten into this team during these first two periods of play.
They're certainly watching a special effort, the best the Rangers have played this season. Still a period to go, but the Rangers put 3 more on the board, and they killed off the Pittsburgh power play. We'll be right back.
Pittsburgh Rangers Hockey is brought to you in part by the Discover Card. It pays to discover the card that pays you back. By Midas, who asks you to stop in for an undercar inspection. It's the Midas way it should be. And by Snapple Natural Beverages, made from the best stuff on earth.
Back at the Garden, where we've seen some of the best Ranger hockey of the season, and the Rangers with 3 in the second, leading at 6-1. We're joined by Ron Francis of Pittsburgh Penguins. This is when you understand how congenial and cooperative hockey players actually are. It's tough to come in here after you get banged around like you guys did in the second period. But tell me about that period. How did they stop your power play so effectively, especially on that major penalty?
Well, I think at that point it's late in the period. The ice isn't that good to begin with, and it's pretty tough to move around the way we want. But you got to give them a lot of credit. They've come out right from the start and worked very hard, and that's been the difference. They've been outworking us all over the ice.
Was it a case of frustration setting in? You're usually a mild-mannered guy, and you and Kevin Lowe even squared off.
Well, I don't like to lose, and I do anything I can to kind of stir it up and get something going for us.
When you guys came in here, a lot of people in New York were talking about the fact this would be a measuring stick for the Rangers tonight, and then tomorrow night back at your place. How did you guys view it?
Well, we're trying to improve every night out. We went over a major overhaul this summer, and we've gotten a lot more younger players, a lot less experience, and we realize we're going to experience some good times and some tough times, and it's going to be an indication of just how far our club has to go to see how we bounce back from these kind of situations.
All right, Ronnie, best of luck in this third period. The Penguins doing some amazing things so far this year with a huge turnover on their personnel list. We'll be back with more from the Garden after this.
Bob Page back with you from our Sports Desk studios once again here in the Garden. We will first of all update you on that Florida Panthers-Devils game at Miami. Now 3-2 Florida with about a minute to go in the second period. John Van Beesbrook, the ex-Ranger, has played well so far. And here two other ex-Rangers combined. A shot by Terry Carkner, and Jody Hull scores on the power play. His 7th of the season at 10:37 of the second period. That's his 2nd of the game as well, and that gave Florida its 3-2 lead. Now, at Philadelphia tonight, this is Joel Otto, a rebound, scoring on the power play, his 4th of the year at 10:35 to beat Byron Defoe. And the Philadelphia Flyers have tied the Los Angeles Kings. That's 2-2 at the end of the second period. To basketball, great semifinal matchups in the NIT preseason tournament here at the Garden tomorrow night. Michigan plays Arizona in the first game of the doubleheader, with Georgia Tech taking on Georgetown in the nightcap. It's the return of former New York high school sensation Stephon Marbury, who marked Mike Quick buttonhole today and asked about the adjustment to the college game so far.
Now I don't have to take over at all parts of the game, as you probably could see. You know, I don't have to do everything. Now I have Drew Barry. He's probably the best two-guard in the league, in my opinion, because he can pass so well, you know, and he can play the point. So it takes enormous amounts of pressure off you.
More with Marbury, and I'll talk with boxing superstar Roy Jones Jr. on our full half-hour edition of the Sports Desk at 10:30 tonight. I'll be back right after this. Once again, Don Mattingly informed the Yankees today that he will not play for them or for anyone to open the 1996 season, but he did keep the door open for a return to baseball should he find during the course of the campaign that he misses the game. And Monica Seles' ankle and knee injuries have forced her to withdraw from this weekend's Federation Cup Finals. Stay tuned. Our third period is coming right up.
Sam and J.D. back in Madison Square Garden along with Mike Crispino. 6-1 Rangers leading it. And let's take a look at second period highlights. More hard work leading to goals for the Rangers.
3 goals by the Rangers. Every one of them scored where the Rangers had to outbattle the Penguins in front of the net for the loose puck. Look at Matt Toe drive to the net. There's a loose puck. He outbattles his man. Bang. It gives the Rangers a 4-1 lead.
Sergei Nemchinov made some good plays in that
Had a very
period.
strong period controlling the puck in the offensive zone. But again, watch the Rangers control the puck. Big Francois Leroux will take a run here at Ulf Samuelsson, and that opens up the ice for Verbeek. There's the run. Bang. There's the open ice to the left, and Verbeek snaps the shot right past Barrasso. Again, he outbattles the Penguins for the loose puck, and the Rangers get the second goal of the period.
And one more time. This time they take advantage of Leroux.
Oh, Leroux's tired. Big 18 black. I mean, he's so tired he ends up leaning on the net a little bit. Robitaille, he kept the play alive. You're going to see Verbeek again. He strides in front. Watch him outbattle players for the loose puck. Look at Leroux wrestling a little bit. He's so tired. Not from the lack of effort. And there again, loose pucks. Verbeek. Bang. Rangers going to the net. 3 different goals right from in front, outbattling Pittsburgh.
Great penalty killing by the Rangers.
I think what you see here more than anything else is the forwards showing their speed. Ulf Samuelsson's had a strong game. Moves the puck deep. Look at Messier take off after the Penguins. McIver. Graves is in there. Forces a bad pass. Penguins have to regroup. Messier's there again. And Messier's there again. And Messier's there again. And this is deep in the Pittsburgh zone, so the Penguins couldn't get anything going at all. They had no time to make passes. There's Graves. Rangers force Penguins deep. Look at that. Driver back to Samuelsson. The fans. Look at the stands. The fans were going crazy.
Number 1 power play in the league. Shut out thus far.
New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Nobody Beats the Wiz Home Entertainment Centers. By Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota. By Coca-Cola Classic. Always on ice. Always Coca-Cola. And by the United States Postal Service. We deliver smart solutions for you.
Take a look at the second period scoring summary. Matteau's first of the season at 149, and the Rangers were rolling again, made it 4-1 from Driver and Nemchinov. Verbeek from Robitaille and Samuelsson. Verbeek again from Robitaille and Sundstrom. Sundstrom's first NHL assist. And the Penguins are out shooting the Rangers 31-25, but the penalty killing superb for the New York Rangers. Quality chances, Pittsburgh 15, Rangers 12.
This was Mario Lemieux coming when your own players are running into you. But he's had problems with his back. He was hit from behind by Jeff Bukaboom in the second period. And I don't know if he's skating in a gingerly type fashion or not.
Quick shot by Yager, a save made by Richter. Good news for the Rangers is that Ray Ferraro is back after taking 20 stitches in the left ear, over the left ear.
You can see when he turns his head, if he does here, the right ear is wide open, but his left ear that we can't see has all been covered. There it is. There's a piece that goes right across to protect the ear.
Nice pose by Ray, huh? Glad he posed to the cameras. Yager moving, pass down to Tamer, saved by Richter. The rebound, cleared down to the crease by Samuelson.
Hey, Pittsburgh starting quickly here.
Rusty Fitzgerald, number 52, is on with Francis and Yager. Fitzgerald, Minnesota Duluth product, joined the Penguins late last season. Nemchinov avoids the hit of Fitzgerald, moves the puck up.
Fitzgerald on the wing in place of Smolinski on this Francis line to start the third.
Presley leaves it for Matteau, and it deflects over the glass into the crowd, stopping play. Same two teams tomorrow night from the Igloo, the Pittsburgh Civic Center, and we'll be on the air at 7:30. Hope you'll join us for that.
Here's Lemieux stepping on the ice for his first shift in the third period. Again, during the skate around prior to the beginning of the third period, we were trying to watch him, see if he was sore or not. This is the play where he backs up to the boards. Whoop, that's a quick hit.
Missed it.
As he was nailed by Jeff Bukaboom, a technical problem there.
We saw the before and after. A glove save made by Barrasso, and he holds on. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Now, Jim mentioned, well, let's take a look. Here's what happened.
He got the puck and he turned around and he was hit from behind. The biggest problem there was Bukaboom when he hit Lemieux, and that was after the hit. Lemieux was about 4 feet from the boards. It puts him into a prone position, and that's where the players doing the hitting have to make a quick decision not to. It's in the book now. It's a call, and it was a good call.
Naslund with a shot. Nice save by Richter. Mike Richter has been sharp. Lidster tied up with Lemieux. Lidster taking Bukaboom's place on this defense pairing with Brian Leach. Kovalov with a nice move to get it to Leach, and the Rangers come out. Kovalov races after the puck. Tamer taps it away. Picked up by Marcus Naslund. Naslund's pass broken up by Luc Robitaille, who just came on. Messier sends it into the Pittsburgh zone.
Another good shift by the Messier line, not giving up much to the Lemieux tandem, or the Lemieux line, pardon me.
Puck cleared out. Tomorrow night, Rangers should see Ken Reggett in goal. Reggett has had only 5 decisions this season, 2-2-1, but his 2 wins have both been shutouts. And he's got a .939 save percentage. Verbeek's shot looking for the hat trick was stopped. Verbeek takes a hit from Smolinski, who just came on. Lowe keeps it in. There's a broken stick. There's a shaft. A broken stick in the crease.
Moran's stick.
Robitaille's got the puck.
He's still without a stick.
Now it's Ferraro. Try to set up Verbeek, and it was deflected out of the zone. Here's Glenn Murray moving down. Driver able to knock it away. Robitaille back across into the Pittsburgh zone. Ferraro to Robitaille. Robitaille with a goal and 2 assists. A rebound, a save, Barrasso. Robitaille around past Ferraro. Joe Dietzig brings it out.
For the Penguins, that was Smolinski getting a shift at center ice. He started the game playing the wing.
Shot by Murray, deflected by Samuelson into the crowd. Ulf Samuelson, I think, has played a strong game for the Rangers
Maybe
tonight.
his best of the season, too, as he's trying to fit in with a new group of players and a new system of play and a whole new set of surroundings for him. It takes an adjustment period. Mind you, now we've hit the quarter mark of the season.
Yeah.
Game number 21 for the Rangers of the 82.
Ranger bench, strong effort from the outset for the Rangers. Jumped into the lead at 1:34 the first period. 3 goals in the first period, 3 more in the second. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third period. Rangers with a 6-1 lead. Shot by Chris Joseph goes wide. Speaking of Josephs, John, what about Curtis Joseph?
May end up being a Boston Bruin shortly. We hear there's something brewing from Edmonton to Boston, including Blaine Locker and a first rounder that was number 21 overall by name of Brown from Boston, a defenseman to Edmonton for Curtis Joseph. Last night the story is that with the Hall of Fame inductions in Toronto, that Harry Sinden met with Don Meehan, who is Curtis Joseph's agent. And in Toronto they discussed, you know, if Joseph went to Boston, what the price would be contractually. So there could be something in the very near future happening there.
Yager moves in, checked by Presley. Sundstrom moves it. Stopped by Joseph for a shot, blocked in front, did not get through. Sundstrom's got the puck, gave it up. Down the boards, Yager Checked by Sundstrom. Samuelson tried to move it out, kept in by Joseph. Long shot blocked by Samuelson. He goes down. Nothing called on the play. He was tied up with Rusty Fitzgerald. Sundstrom takes the puck, dumps it in. Rangers change. Barrasso with the outlet to Chris Joseph. Off the stick of Naslund, sent away by Driver. Here comes Sandstrom in, hooked by Kovalov. Slowed him down. Mario Lemieux with the puck. Tried to pass in front. It was blocked by Leach. Another pass gets through. The shot is a save by Richter on Sandstrom. Richter going left, stretched back to the right, knocked it away with a blocker. Messier to Leach. Dmitry Mironov back for it. Swings it around to Thomas Sandstrom. Sandstrom slowed down by Messier. Able to get it to Norm McIver. Moves in on Leach and shoots wide.
A tricky wrist shot. McIver's always had a very tricky wrist shot. Tried to fool Mike Richter. Usually when you have a one-sided game going into the third period, the team that is ahead, their goaltender has a busy time ahead of him, and that's looking that way right now for Richter.
Kevin Lowe back for it. Now Kovalov able to slide it down the ice. This will be an icing on the Rangers. Moran back, touches up. The whistle stops play. 15-18 to go. Third period. No scoring here in the third. Rangers the big lead. Mike Richter has been very sharp. 34 saves thus far in the game.
Thomas Sandstrom will get this scoring chance as the MCS Cannon goal cam takes a look at it for us. Little chip shot by Sandstrom, catching Richter moving the wrong way, yet he was able to reach out, make the save. 6th start in the last 8 games for Richter, and he's settling in, it looks like.
Ferraro dumping and chasing. Moving it to Verbeek, who has 2 goals in the game. 2 goals and an assist for Pat Verbeek. In the first period, it was the Messier line picking up the points. And then the Ferraro, Robitaille, Verbeek line picked it up. Robitaille with a goal and 2 assists. Verbeek with 2 goals and an assist.
So they've had offense from 3 lines.
Yep.
Again, Coley Campbell talked about a team game tonight, and he's getting that. The defense has been good. The goaltending's been good. The penalty killing's been real good. And the scoring's been spread around.
This will be an icing on the Penguins. Doug Lidster back to touch up. 14:35 to go in this third period. The 6 goals. It's only the 5th time this season the Penguins have given up more than 3 goals in a game.
Just a second now. This isn't Verbeek.
Hey,
who's that guy on the left? Now we got to talk about. Remember seeing the cartoon Freddie Flintstone when he used to drive the car or use his feet?
Hey,
that's not Bloomingdale's. That's Bloomingburg.
That's Bloomberg. Financial information.
All right.
I helped him out in the pits. This was for MS. The little Grand Prix cars.
Oh, for MS, that's great stuff.
Yeah, it was a great charity event.
Yeah, terrific. Now, did you, driving up 87, did you get caught for speeding or not? Or did you go over the bridge okay?
I took the back roads.
You go underneath the 18-wheelers with that thing or what? Oh, gosh. Good stuff for MS.
Steve Bookbinder, good guy. The head of the crew there. The driving chief, maybe next year he'll let me drive. Maybe let me drive a lap.
He allows you to take the picture with it.
That's right.
He's seen you drive too. One foot on the brake, one foot on the gas at the same time.
Puck cleared all the way back. Samuelson clearing it out. Back off the boards. Presley checking Francis. Francis gave it up, and Samuelson clears it again. Rangers have Sundstrom, Matteau, and Presley on. Matteau scoring his first goal of the season. In the second period, Francis moves in and shoots. Save Richter. Long rebound. Leach has got it.
Richter's had good position in this game. He's not out too far in this game. Top of the crease goaltending is all you need. That's what Richter's doing.
Messier recovers the puck. Graves and Kovalov. Kovalov was offside. 13:25 to go in the third period.
You know, 6 times this season, Pittsburgh scored 7 goals or more. Tonight it's a real turnaround. The Rangers have the 6. Here's the 3-on-2. Watch the body position of Richter. Look at that focus. Right on top of the crease. Great goaltending. Ron Francis tries to use, as you see there, Doug Lidster as a screen. And good focus by the Rangers in this game. Watched them practice yesterday, Sam, and they seem to really be tuned into the practice. The one-on-ones, the cycling, even the great defensive work of Joey Kocur. He played defense because Brian Leach missed practice. He was doing a Nike commercial in Detroit.
Yeah.
But I won't say any more about Coaster playing defense.
Oh, that's it?
He wanted Bobby Orr's number, but it was already taken by Kevin Lowe.
Messier brings it across. Messier shot knocked down by Barrasso. You able to move it out to Sandstrom. Kovalov takes over. Penguins have outshot the Rangers 36-29. Rangers lead 6-1. With 2 goals for Verbeek, shot by Graves, who has 1, deflected in the corner. Robitaille has scored, Messier has scored, Matteau has scored. Richter out to stop the puck, fires it around the boards. Knocked down by Smolinski, but intercepted by Messier, who clears the zone. Chris Tamer sending it back in. Kevin Lowe, checked by Joe Dietzick in the corner. Roach was tied up. Dietzick plays it toward the net, steered aside by Richter.
By the way,
Ferraro comes back to get it.
Jeff Bukaboom. Uh-oh, we have an injury here.
Uh-oh, goodness. Dave Roach is down.
He's really hurting. I don't know how he went into the boards or what happened, but he stayed down on the ice in a very awkward position.
This does not look good. The rookie Dave Roach.
See what happens here. He goes in. Oh, he's picked off by Kevin Lowe.
Uh-oh.
Kevin Lowe put his butt out, and it caught the left hip of Roach. Or it appeared to catch the left hip. That was a pick play by Kevin Lowe that the referee didn't see, obviously. And Roach, I don't think, was expecting it. And he went in twisted. You wonder if his hip, something happened with his hip, because he dropped down immediately and appeared to be in all kinds of pain. Again, watch Kevin Lowe's hip and his butt come out. There, off the left thigh hip, and you can see how he went down. He was already hurt, I think, before he went down.
Also, when he went down, seemed to come down awkwardly on that left knee.
See how twisted he is?
The way he comes down on the knee?
It could be anything. I don't know. You see the face or facial expression. It could be his
and they're going to bring out a stretcher
his
here.
ankle, the way it went into the board, Sam, may have jammed. I don't know. It's hard to speculate. But he definitely was off balance and awkward. It was a Kevin Lowe pick or hip that knocked him off balance completely.
20-year-old Dave Roach, a good-looking prospect for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Dr. Nissenson on the ice now, and Stefan Matteau is going to help him. There's also a paramedic on the ice as he's trying to head up ice the man in blue to get there to help Roach. He hasn't moved.
Got to be a scary thing for a young player.
Oh, goodness. You know, the way that the trainer is working his left leg, it's something with his left leg, obviously.
I've turned him over on his back now. It's the first
becomes a stretcher. They'll attempt to at least get him off so he can be taken care of properly. Get all that equipment on.
It looks like he wants to get up.
Try to get up.
He wants to get up.
He's a big, tough kid. Stopping the stretcher, it goes in reverse.
And certainly hope he's okay. He's putting no weight on it.
None whatsoever.
That's the scary part.
Man.
And we wish the young man well. Hope everything is okay. We'll step out for a moment. Rangers with a big 6-1 lead. Kevin Lowe was assessed the penalty on that play. Interference at 8:06. And the Penguins go on the power play. We have them for 0 for 6 on the power play. They have the 2-man advantage in the second period after the major to Jeff Bukaboom. Francis, Lemieux, Yager, Sandstrom, and McIver for the power play. Set up for Francis. He missed and he shot it wide. Rangers have Messier and Graves with Leach and Lidster. Yager along the boards. Puck loose to Lidster. Checked there by Sandstrom. Leach tries to backhand it. Gave it away to Lemieux. He shoots. Saved by Richter. And he moved the puck to Messier.
His body position again.
Perfect.
Mike is really having a night where his balance is very good. He's there. He's not scrambling after he makes the save. He's just in good balance.
McIver recovers the puck after it was chipped clear by Samuelson, who's on with Driver, Sundstrom, and Presley. Sandstrom blocked by Samuelson. Driver knocks it away from Yager. Yager able to get it back to Francis. And now to Norm McIver. Lemieux along the boards. Down low, Sandstrom blocked by Samuelson. Loose puck. Presley's got it, trying to get away from Yager. Yager all over him. Presley able to clear.
Samuelson on Sandstrom. A tough Swede against a tough Swede. Sandstrom was trying to get the puck to the other side of the ice where Mario was standing. Mario, the right-handed shot, when he's on the far side of the ice, it's a great shooting angle, and they try to feed him.
Penguins unable to get into the zone. Now Lemieux picks up the puck, 3-on-2 across. Marcus Naslund, feed across. Shot went wide by Smolinski. Comes out to McIver, off the boards to Naslund. Naslund all the way across to Lemieux. Now in front, score! Beautiful
Nice play.
feed, Lemieux to Smolinski.
Oh, that's a nice play.
What a play.
It's a power play goal. There was 14 seconds left on the minor to Kevin Lowe. So it's now 6-2, and the fans actually are now applauding the fine goaltending that Mike Richter has given the Rangers tonight. That's the 39th shot that this high-powered team has had, and only their second goal. Watch this. One pass, two passes. The puck had to travel, I guess, about 50, 55 feet. Well, this pass here's got to be at least 30 to 40 feet, and the pass back's got to be another 25 feet. Great pass work and a nice goal.
Lemieux's a magician with what he can do with the puck and the way he can pinpoint the passes. Mario Lemieux has scored a point in every game he's played. This is his 14th game of the 18 Pittsburgh has played, and he's had a point in each and every game. Ferraro of the puck. Third goal of the season for Ryan Smolinski, one-time 30-goal scorer for the Boston Bruins. Francois Leroux able to clear it out. Smolinski, his third power play goal from Lemieux and Naslund at 9:52.
Yeah, I firmly believe that when a player is traded for the first time, it takes a while to adjust. It was Smolinski's first trade after being a major part of the Bruins, and it takes a while for a player to get over that. And he may have a good second half, or he may start right now playing better. I don't know, but it's still an adjustment.
For Lemieux, it's 42 points on the season. He leads the NHL, averaging 3 points a game. Nemchinov in deep against Francis. Presley, checked by Chris Joseph. 6-2, Rangers leading it. 8:50 to go in the third. Nemchinov battling Francis. Puck behind the net. Matteau takes it away. Joseph wraps him up. Now Nemchinov once again this line with good work along the boards.
Good forecheck, and they've tried to cycle, and here he comes.
Now Yager moving with Rusty Fitzgerald to his left. Yager across, drops to Fitzgerald, moves in and shoots. He scores!
Nice
Rusty Fitzgerald, a beautiful snapshot, and suddenly with two quick goals, the Penguins have made it a 6-3 game.
And everybody in this building saying, uh-oh. 8:28 to go. 6-3 now. It developed into a four-man rush. It's a 2-on-2 in the corner with some help from Yager. It's now a four-man rush. And as you'll see here, the drop pass and then the quick shot through the screen of Kevin Lowe, and Richter had no chance. He's beaten. The complexion of the game has changed. Fitzgerald went into open ice. Yager fed him, and you see the shot go right through the legs of Kevin Lowe, who tried real hard to block the shot. You see Kevin had to do a 360 and then try to get down. What a shot. Great shot, as you called it, Sam, and all of a sudden it's 6-3 and hang on.
First goal of the season for Rusty Fitzgerald. He had one goal last season in 4 games after coming up to Pittsburgh late in the season. This is his 7th game this season. Fitzgerald's first from Yager. At 11:32, Yager with a goal and an assist. 6-3. And you just cannot relax against this Pittsburgh team. Give an assist to Ron Francis as well. So it's Fitzgerald from Yager and Francis at 11:32. 7:50 to go in the third. It's a 6-3 Rangers lead, and Leach leads the rush. Tapped away, comes to Graves. Shot it wide. Barrasso moves it aside. Kovalov after the puck. Graves down in the corner. Kovalov checked by Sandstrom, trying to get loose. Kovalov upended, but the puck comes to Lemieux. And across to Marcus Naslund, moving on Lidster. Lidster takes out Naslund. Ferraro's got the puck, takes a hit, and a penalty called on Thomas Sandstrom.
It's an offensive zone penalty.
A hit on Ferraro.
Graves may even it up, though.
Graves went after Sandstrom.
You know, Ferraro actually wanted to go back at Sandstrom, but he kept control of his temper. Skated away. Graves moved over, and I don't know if he's going to get one or not.
Ferraro hit by Sandstrom. Penalties upcoming. Well, the Pittsburgh comeback hopes have been dashed. A 5-minute major to Tomas Sandstrom for boarding.
Well, watch how he moves in. He's going to move in on Ray Ferraro. Here he comes from behind.
Oh, yeah.
From behind.
Yep.
Right into the boards. Stick was down and everything, but hitting from behind is supposed to be called this season.
Ferraro's had a tough night.
Yes.
Looks like
that's certainly, I would think, you know, it lightens up the chance of Pittsburgh jumping back into this thing. They were starting to roll a little bit.
They're dangerous short-handed, but still, they've got to go for it and open up. Driver plays it around the boards to Verbeek. Rangers power play. Puck loose to McIver. Rangers have to recover. Leach is back. McIver looking, shooting. Went wide.
Puck rolled on McIver as he went to shoot it. That took away his accuracy.
Rangers have Ferraro, Robitaille, and Verbeek on. 2-on-1. Robitaille looking, shooting wide. Around the boards, Driver. Driver takes the shot. Deflected by Robitaille wide of the net. Richard Park picks it up. Park and Yager on with McIver and Mironov for Pittsburgh. And the puck driven all the way down. 5-minute major. Assessed to Tomas Sandstrom. 6:20 to go in the third. Rangers leading 6-3. Leach for Messier. Ulf Samuelsson hit by Smolenski, who knocked him down. Kovalov hit by LaRue. LaRue takes the puck. Tried to clear, was deflected. Now it's cleared out by Rusty Fitzgerald. Leach takes over with Smolenski forechecking. Leach and Samuelsson on. Messier, Kovalov, and Graves. Messier leaves it for Kovalov. Looks to make a play. Around to Messier. Kovalov centers, deflected. The shot went over the top by Adam Graves. Kevin Lowe has come on with Ulf Samuelsson. Messier's got the puck. LaRue and Joseph with Wells and Glenn Murray for Pittsburgh. Here's Messier. Kovalov. Messier to Kovalov, deflected by LaRue. The long reach. And out with the puck, Chris Wells. Fires on goal, knocked down by Richter, comes out to Wells again. He shoots again wide. Almost a careless play by the Rangers, and Wells almost got a shorthanded goal. 5 minutes to go in the third, 2:45 to go in the Rangers' major power play advantage. Kevin Lowe loops it into the Pittsburgh zone. Ferraro chases it down, leaves it for Robitaille, working against Ian Moran. Park all over Verbeek. Back pass, the pass across from Driver to Leach went out of the zone. 2:20 to go in the power play. And meanwhile, time winding down on the Penguins. Only 4.5 minutes to go in the third. Driver in deep to Verbeek, who has 2 goals in the game. Robitaille comes off the boards. Fires, who was blocked. And Chris Tamer sends it out to Jaromir Jagr. For Richard Park, Driver finds the puck. Able to clear the zone. Picked up by Robitaille across to Leach. 4 men across for the Rangers. Leach turns. 4-on-3 down low. He finds Verbeek. Score! Pat Verbeek! It's a power play goal and his first hat trick as a New York Ranger. His 10th of his NHL career. And the Rangers have a 7-3 lead.
And the hat starts to litter the ice surface. Robitaille there gives the puck to Brian Leach. He draws the crowd, and he takes his time, and he makes the pass to Verbeek. And then again, Barrasso's beaten, just like Graves beat him in the first period, right over top of the catching arm, over the right shoulder of Barrasso. A great shot by Verbeek. The hat trick, and the fans here, well, they've had a good night of entertainment, haven't they? They've seen a hat trick, they've seen penalty killing, they've seen hitting, they've seen an intense Ranger team do their thing.
We've said this before. That's something that Pat Verbeek practices every day. On the ice, taking passes right in that exact spot. Settling the puck and firing it in. And Pat Verbeek, with his 10th career hat trick, he had 5 with New Jersey, 4 with Hartford, and now 1 with the New York Rangers.
4 points for Robitaille. Goal, 3 assists. So he comes out of his scoring slump with a bang. The hat still lettering the ice surface. The hockey tradition, 3-goal hat trick. The fans get to be part of it.
Rangers still on the power play. While they clean up the ice, we'll head to Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk for an update. Bob.
Sam in Miami tonight, 7 minutes into the third period. Devils give up a bad goal. Mike Huff, the lone wolf on a rush, and Pete Brodeur. Stephane Richer scored his second goal tonight shortly after. 4-3 now.
Look at this. Tommy Barrasso didn't want to touch the hat.
No.
He didn't want to get close. He probably didn't want to look at it. So he waited till one of the Garden attendants got there and cleared it away, and we're almost ready to start the third period again with 4 minutes to go here. 7-3 Rangers, and quite a night for them.
Verbeek from Leach and Robitaille at 16 minutes. And the 7 goals, a season high for the New York Rangers, and a high against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Most goals that they've given up in a game. They came into tonight's game with the 5th best goals against average in the league.
Oh, yeah,
2.60.
In behind, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Florida, and Detroit going into tonight's action.
Kovalov looking, shooting. Glove save, Barrasso, and he holds on.
And Graves was driving to the net. Messier was picked up, so Kovalov shot it. And on the 31st shot of the Rangers evening, Barrasso made a good catching glove save. You know, for the Rangers, their penalty killing was excellent when it had to be in this game. Richter's been good all the way through. The Rangers feel that they've had a pretty strong season to this point, 5-on-5. If their power play ever gets going in a consistent fashion, they could have a strong second quarter.
Rangers still on the power play. Graves shot deflected by McIver. 3:40 to go in the third. Rangers leading 7-3. In the game, they came prepared to play.
I think we should mention, I'll mention in a moment here.
Messier behind the net. Looking, cutting in Kovalov. Pass was blocked by Mironov. Messier controls again. It's picked up by Smolinski. Mironov finds the puck and lost it. Gave it up to Kovalov. Graves to Messier. Out to Leach with room. He shoots. He scores! It's a power play goal. 8-3 Rangers.
Adam Graves was in front. Rob checked the referee, just asked him if he deflected the puck. Knowing Graves, he'd say no. But it's a good low shot. It was funny. Mironov had the puck in the corner, and he tried to out-trick or outweight Kovalov, so Kovalov just took the puck away. It was strange.
Yeah.
And then Messier got the puck back to Leach. There's the shot. And it bangs right on through both Mironov and Ryan Leach. It's Messier with a puck, or pardon me, Adam Graves in front. Graves was setting up traffic, and it's now 8-3.
Tough night for Mironov, John.
Oh,
he
yeah.
has not been strong. Here comes Verbeek looking for 4.
He was thinking pass all the way. I'm going to say that when Bukaboom went down,
a save, Barrasso, and the rebound put in by Ray Ferraro. And that's a power play goal. And it's 9-3 Rangers.
and it's still a power play. 17, make that 37 seconds ago. To number 17, Sandstrom, who got the major. And it's 9-3. I'm going to say, Sam, when Bukaboom went out of the game for hitting Lemieux from behind, he was +4 on the evening. +4. That about says it all. As Mario has his head looking at the floor. Dougie Litzner with a shot. 2 men in front. Ferraro fighting traffic. Have the Rangers ever been good scoring goals in this game from around the front of the net of Pittsburgh? They have really gotten to the puck. There was a penalty coming up there, by the way, to Pittsburgh when Ferraro scored.
To LaRue, cross-checked Ferraro.
Behind, that's right.
So the Rangers, with a chance of we want 10 coming down, fire again. Barrasso makes the save. I got to tell you something. Tom Barrasso is not going to be a happy camper after this game. His goals against average are going to take a zoom. Tough night. Leach from Messier and Graves at 16:50. And that was followed by the Ray Ferraro goal. What a night.
This is exactly what Pittsburgh does to most teams. Now the Penguins know how it feels. Yes. 9-3, wow.
Rangers scored 3 goals during the 5-minute major. Verbeek, Leach, and then Ferraro, his 10th from Lidster and Verbeek at 17-10.
Rangers have scored 3 per period.
Centering pass by Yager through to McIver. The drive, score!
Rusty.
Deflected. Rusty Fitzgerald with his 2nd goal of the game. And it's a 9-4 game.
1:45 to go. Let's just play straight time and head to Pittsburgh.
That's it.
That's enough already.
And poor Mike Richter,
who's been good.
4 goals against, and he's been great.
Now his average goes up instead of down. And here's a good shot. And you see, went off the skate blade of Samuelson. So the defenseman who shot the puck should get credit. I think it's Normie McIver. Good low shot towards the goal. That's what you want. And Samuelson, who's played so well, was with his man, didn't even see the shot, went right off his right skate blade. So 1:40 to go, and on to Pittsburgh.
Here is Nemchinov on with Matteau. Rangers with 3 power play goals during the 5-minute major. Pat Verbeek has had a 5-point game, 3 goals and 2 assists.
I think you look at the effort of the entire team, it's been pretty good. It's hard to find somebody that hasn't played well.
McIver gets credit for the goal, his 1st of the season. He'd had 15 points, all assists from Yager at 18-15. Yager's had a 3-point game.
The Rangers will have a rested Boom for tomorrow night. He played just over half the game. And you've got both Karpovtsov and Nordstrom available for tomorrow night's game if the Rangers decide to, knowing it's back-to-back games, so they can have fresh bodies in there. Joey Kosar would be available, of course. So for the Penguins, who usually go out and hammer teams 9-4, this time they're on the other end of things, and their bench kind of knows it.
1:07 to go. Both teams leave after tonight's game and head to Pittsburgh for the rematch.
I have a feeling it could be a rough game tomorrow.
They'll be a little, Penguins will be snarly.
Yeah, they'll be emotionally upset after this one and play a hard game. Of course, they lost one of their tough forwards. Rose to the injury.
Hopefully that will not be too serious. He did put a little weight on it as he went through the locker room. But he's being helped. Verbeek on goal, stopped by Barrasso. Shots are 41-36 for Pittsburgh. Rangers leading 9-4 with 3 goals in each period, 3 power play goals here in the 3rd period during a 5-minute major, which was assessed to Tomas Sandstrom. At the time, it was 6-3, and the Penguins were trying to mount a comeback. And the Rangers just threw it away. Standing ovation from the crowd here at Madison Square Garden as the Rangers take the lead at 1:34 of the 1st period and never look back. 9-4 is the final. Pat Verbeek got 3 of the 9. Mario Lemieux got 1 assist. And a good night for Ulf Samuelsson.
I think it meant a lot to both Ulf Samuelsson and Luc Robitaille to go against their old teammates and to play well here on home ice. And both of them had a lot to do with it. They played very well, as did every other New York Ranger. They had a very strong game against a very high-powered hockey club who was playing very well going into the game. But, again, when you play in the National Hockey League, you can't celebrate long. It'll be another battle tomorrow night. 7:30 start in Pittsburgh. Here's tonight's 3 stars, by the way.
Back at it tomorrow night, as you mentioned.
All 3 Rangers involved with the Stars. You see Robitaille, Verbeek, and Mark Messier. Oh, wrong again.
Fake out. Somebody got faked out. Mike Richter gets 3rd star. Luc Robitaille, here he comes.
Well, Messier and Verbeek. Maybe they both got 1st star status.
Well, they changed the 3rd star, so they announced. All right. I don't know. We missed something here.
It could have been a good number then.
Mark Messier. Well, I guess they're doing 4 stars tonight.
You know, Canada do 3 stars.
Right.
New American tradition. 4 stars.
Yeah. Well, it was a 4-star performance for the New York Rangers. That's for sure. Rangers win it 9-4. We'll be back with our post-game wrap-up right after this.
back in the Garden after the finest effort of the year for the New York Rangers, a 9-4 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're joined by Pat Verbeek, who had a hat trick tonight. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. And Pat, this is your first as a New York Ranger. How does that feel?
It feels pretty good, especially coming against a club like this. It's very important 2 points for us tonight, and you know, we wanted to see how good a team we were tonight, and obviously we proved ourselves something anyways, and now tomorrow night's an even bigger game.
You know, something that has bothered some Ranger fans over the course of the early part of the season. You guys have played 2 good periods, 1 mediocre period. Tonight, despite you had a slow beginning to the third period, you guys played pretty sound about 50 minutes.
Well, when you have a 6-1 lead, that you know, you really want to make sure that you stay on them and forecheck them, and really not give them anything to get excited about, even for tomorrow night. So we seemed to do that, and we started to click on our power play late in the third period, and you know, it was important for us to get some confidence with that.
I was going to say, getting the major and then scoring 3 times does exactly what you were talking about, keeping those guys down for going into tomorrow night. Let's take a look at your goals. Can you remember? How's your memory? You remember them?
Well, yeah, right here. I'm just kind of standing in the slot. I knew their D were tired, and here I just came in and was sniffing around. The puck came right to me, and Barrasso was down. I just tried to put it far side, and unfortunately it went in.
Yeah, Samuelson crashing the net for you on that one. Huh?
Yeah, he made a great play because he took a defenseman to the net. Here I just was yelling to Luke, and I had 3 cracks at this one. It came back to me again, and Barrasso made 2 saves, and last one I had to extend my stick as far as it could go and chip shot.
Not often you get 3 shots from that distance.
Not really. You know, I was really very fortunate for that. This one,
Leach made a great play here.
This one here was just a great pass, and I tried to get myself a lane for him and tried to cradle it, and I knew that Barrasso was a right-hand goalie, so I wanted to make sure I went over his glove there.
You know, John Davidson talked about you at practice from that exact spot on the ice, so I guess practice makes perfect in a sense.
Well, it definitely does. I think that it's very important to really where you stand in the game, and to really, sometimes you don't even have to look where you're shooting. You got a sense in your mind of where the net is and where the spot is. So sometimes you don't have time to look, and that time I didn't either. So practice does help.
All right, Pat Verbeek, congratulations. 3 goals, a hat trick, and 2 assists. 5 points on the night, and for your appearance here on the post-game show, look, the American Express gift check. Yours to enjoy. We'll be back with more on MSG following a Rangers 9-4 rout of the Penguins after these words. As is the tradition on the Ranger postgame report, it's time now for the goal of the game, and it's brought to you by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL. And it's got to be a Pat Verbeek score. Here it is.
A fast race to Messier. He shoots. He scores! Mark Messier, number 500, and it's a hat trick. What a night for Mark Messier. Samuelson chips it ahead. Robitaille keeps it alive.
Hey, the row, big number 18. He needs a rest.
Can't move.
Okay.
Robitaille. Verbeek, save. Verbeek again. Save. Rebound, score. Unbelievable.
A great night for Alexei Kovalov and the Rangers. These are his Pee-wee friends from back in Russia and Tolyatti. They are waiting for some autographs. And we'll be back with more on the Ranger postgame report after these words. 9-4 the final, New York tonight. The Pittsburgh Penguins had held 13 of their 17 opponents this year at 3 goals or less. In fact, their last 6 opponents at 3 goals or less. Well, the Rangers blew that apart tonight. Pat Verbeek leading the way, a hat trick and 2 assists, a 7-game point streak he's on. Mike Richter now in his last 6, 4-1-1, under 2.5 goals a game. Luc Robitaille, one of the stars of the game, a goal and 3 assists. Mario Lemieux held to 1 assist, and Pittsburgh on the power play, the best in the league, just 1 power play goal tonight. Rangers 7-2 at MSG. They've won 6 in a row at the Garden. And it all adds up to a 9-4 victory for the New York Rangers in the first half of a back-to-back with the potent Pittsburgh Penguins 9-4. Our next game tomorrow night, you won't want to miss this. The Rangers travel to Pittsburgh. They're on their way now. 7:30 start right here on MSG. Coming up next, Brood Hockey Week, joined in progress here on MSG, followed by the MSG Sports Desk. Pat Verbeek, his first hat trick as a New York Ranger tonight in the rout of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Any questions, comments, you can reach us through email There's the address. MSDN View. For John Davidson, Sam Rosen, this is Mike Crispino from the Garden, where the Rangers played their best game of the year in a 9-4 victory. Good night, everybody.
New York Rangers hockey has been brought to you by Bud Ice, the official beer sponsor of the NHL, by Amtrak Metroliner, the smarter shuttle, and by MetLife. Get Met, it pays.